Thoughts then of the Matt Sadler, the Walsall boss, and Danny Webb, of course, Chesterfield's assistant manager. Prior to that, the two teams are about to come out here in the sunshine in Chesterfield. Quick word with Chris Alamo before they do arrive. I mean, in terms of, we talk about form, we talk about players rising to the occasion when it comes to playoffs. Will Grigg, 3 goals in 3 games, been there, seen it, done it. He's actually scored 12 goals this season from only 29 shots, which is quite remarkable, really, in terms of accuracy. How big a player is he going to be for Chesterfield tonight?
He's massive, he's massive. Not just his intelligence, the positions that he picks up as well, but he's always anticipating, he's always on the move. And if you look at his goals, he's always in the right place at the right time. If it's off the post, it's falling to him. If the keeper's making a save, he's the one that's anticipating and rebounding. And it's fantastic striker play in the box, but his hold-up play is excellent as well. He occupies the defenders, always communicating. His link-up play is very, very good, but in the box, there's not many better.
And you look at the two managers, I mean, you look at the experience of Paul Cook. Yeah. Obviously, second spell here. He got Portsmouth promoted, he got Wigan promoted, he got Chesterfield promoted. Yeah. He knows how to do it. Matt Sadler is a whole new world, a whole new experience. And on top of that, he's dealing with the disappointment of being 12 points clear in January.
Yeah, no, it's massive. You know, I think the mental side of it, you know, Paul Cook having that experience, he's been here, he's done it, he can obviously relay that experience to the players. He knows what's the demands that he puts on them, the expectation there as well. He'll also be able to protect that group of players from the pressure. You know, it's completely different, albeit they've got on fantastic form. Just got in on the last game of the season. They're here, the confidence will be high. Matt Sadler, on the other hand, you know, it was all in their hands, slowly drifting away. They think, oh, it'll turn around, we'll get that form back. It wasn't the case. They finally get that win. They can't really celebrate it like a win. Adam, they have to go again. That'll take a lot out of the group, and that's why I'm saying they'll be very, very fragile. I need to see a little bit more in possession with the ball. I want them to try and control a bit more of the game, but that's not the way that Matt Sadler will set them up tonight.
Well, I'm going to throw this caveat out there now. I think if Chesterfield score, we're not going to be able to see much, because they're standing up around us right now, and our view suddenly becomes limited. We are rooted right inside the Chesterfield home support ahead of this semi-final first leg getting underway. From what I can see, it's going to be Walsall kicking from left to right in the opening 45 minutes here. They are in all red, so red shirts, red shorts, red socks. For Chesterfield, it's the blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks as well away to our right-hand side. I remind you the teams again. Ryan Boot is in goal for Chesterfield. It's Mandeville, Palmer, McFadden and Gordon. Again, the experience of McFadden there will be key for Chesterfield at the back. Fleck, Metcalf and Naylor in central midfield, with Alakigbe, Grigg and Colclough the front line for Chesterfield. As for Walsall, Simpkins in goal. It's a Cagboy, Williams and Allen at the back three. Simwe and Gordon the two wing-backs. Stirk and Chang the central midfielders, with Hall tucking in just behind Jellis and Matt. A couple of those players as well for Walsall on loan from Birmingham City. There's quite a few loanees across these two teams, some who have made their way back from injury just in time as well. The man in charge today is Martin Coy. He was the man in charge at Bradford last Saturday when Bradford secured that dramatic automatic promotion into League One. But who will join the teams, of course, who made their way up from the top? Doncaster, Port Vale and Bradford. Who will join them in League One next season? The first step is about to be taken by these two sides. We have already had, of course, the first leg of the other semi-final. That was a victory last night for AFC Wimbledon against Notts County, who were reduced to 10 men as well. So plenty of drama so far in the playoffs. We expect nothing less, really, do we? And we are about to get underway, and it is Walsall who will get us off and running, kicking from left to right in these opening 45 minutes. The Walsall supporters, there's about 1,000 of them away on that far side, have got something to celebrate early nearly, as the right-footed shot that time driven in inside the penalty area. And it was a good effort as well, I think, from Jamie Jellis on that occasion. It's well saved by the keeper, and it's a corner.
Yeah, it's outstanding. It's just a direct ball, isn't it? Jamil Matt wins his aerial, Joe flicks it on, Jellis is gambling in behind. I think he should have taken the shot on just a little bit earlier. Takes another touch, steadied himself, but to be fair, he asked the question of Ryan Boot.
Certainly did. Ball swung over towards the back post, and it's headed behind again. There'll be another corner this time on that far side, the left-hand side. And a really bright start here from this Walsall side, who are very keen to get on that front foot early doors here. And the corner going to be swung in from that left-hand side this time. Very good from set pieces, as we know. They've scored a league high on set pieces. The ball is cleared out as far on that left-hand side. It's swung back across by the left boot of Liam Gordon. We've got a couple of El Gordons playing today just to confuse us, but I'll tell you what, Matt Sadler will be really happy with the way they started there.
Yeah, winning second balls, anticipating, keeping that pressure on. Just that final little ball just let them down there. Good quality coming into the box as well from the corner, going in and attacking it. But that's what Matt Sadler will want. So important, doing the basics well. Every opportunity. Can you win that second ball, keep possession in that transition, then keep it simple.
George Hall looks like he's going to be fairly influential in that position. He and Jamie Jellis, should I say, look like they're just tucked in behind Jamil Matmore, playing as a 2, with Matt perhaps being the target man, the captain of Walsall today. And he will look to receive that ball, and it's helped on its way, and Jellis is away down that left-hand side. It's cleared back to the keeper, only as far as Ryan Boot in his first-time clearance. Almost allowed Walsall to get another shot away. Will Grigg wants a foul inside the centre circle, but referee Martin Coy not interested, and eventually the free kick does go Chesterfield's way, midway inside their own half.
Yeah, it's very evident. You know, you're looking at Jamie Jellis, George Hall, just playing that in that too. Everything's going to Jamil Matt. To be fair, the big man's doing his job at the minute. He's winning those flicks. If he's not winning it, the defender's not getting in a clear header. And it was Jellis there asking that question in behind. Always gambling. One can float around the front there, the other can ask that question in behind.
Long one punted forward for Chesterfield towards the edge of the penalty area. They were looking for Grigg to find the initial header. It's half cleared, and Jellis again on that far side does well. Jamil Matt is there, trying to win it back, does so. Picked up nicely that time though by John Fleck in the heart of that Chesterfield midfield. Fleck, a free agent that was picked up in September last year, of course, but plenty of experience from his time at Blackburn and Coventry, Sheffield United, predominantly Rangers as well, of course. So he comes into this tier of football with a wealth of experience, and boy does it show sometimes. And another one with real experience is Liam Mandeville, who's just let that slip away and into touch on that far side for a throw to Walsall.
Yeah, very unlike him. You know, John Fleck, Metcalf, seeing a little bit more of the ball there. Excellent little ball out to Mandeville. And that's when you just want to take a nice touch, see the full picture in front of you. Can you drive forward into that space?
Throw easily intercepted and clipped forward down that right-hand touchline by Jensen Metcalf. And again, the free kick, you can tell by the home support around us. Ever since Will Grigg didn't get that first free kick, that very antsy towards the referee for sure.
Well, he's just he's spun his man, hasn't he? Just gonna got in behind, and yeah, just pulling on the back of him there. Linesman should have given it, but waiting on the referee to make the decision.
10,000 capacity here. It looks like it's packed to the rafters, and certainly making plenty of noise in the sunshine. 4 minutes gone on Talksport 2. Chesterfield 0, Walsall 0. Here's the free kick. Grigg is in an offside position at the moment. He's lurking there with Metcalf as the ball is knocked into the Walsall penalty area. It's headed across. Well, that time by Ash Palmer. Taken down on this near side by Colclub. He can work with both feet, Colclub. He's done well to get it into Fleck. Fleck does brilliantly. Left-hand side, Fleck will try to get the crossover, but he'll put it straight into touch and out for a goal kick to Walsall.
Well, for one, you can't leave Ash Palmer unmarked in the box there. There's no one taking responsibility. Jamil Matt's just kind of reading the flight of the ball. It's a losing battle. Ash Palmer has that run on him, sees everything front, puts the ball right back into the danger area, albeit defended well by the centre-backs there.
Plenty of other live football going on this afternoon, of course. Forest lead Leicester 2-1, Spurs 0, Palace 2, Manchester United 0, West Ham 1, and earlier live on Talksport there was Newcastle United 2, Chelsea 0, and in fact it's now 2-0 to West Ham at Manchester United. Those games of course being covered over on the Sunday session on Talksport, and if you are listening on the Talksport app you can swipe between those two stations very easily indeed. Here's Walsall with Matt, 10 yards inside the Chesterfield half, just holds the ball up nicely, gives it back to the left foot of Taylor Allen, and what a left foot it is. He sprays the ball to the far side, easily intercepted this time by Mandeville.
Absolutely brilliant from Walsall, playing that mid-block, but they're winning all the second balls. They're trying to kind of keep possession as well, but that's where the space is, out in those wide areas.
Picked up on halfway for Chesterfield, but there's a foul which Martin Coy has picked up on the Challenge on Harry Williams. And the free kick goes Walsall's way. Former West Bromwich Albion under-21, Harry Williams. Joined from Al Church in 2023. Fifth start in a row for him as well. To mention, they welcome back Donovan Daniels, the experience to the bench today. Maybe something they've been lacking in that dreadful run that they found themselves on. Went over Crewe on the final day. They're only winning 14 games. Long one forward from Simkin on the diagonal to this right-hand side, where he looks to pick out Matt again. It's good play that time by Asimwi, but once more Chesterfield win it back at the edge of their own box.
Well, Jamil Matt is doing everything right there, just backing in, leading the flight of the ball. Great little touch to Asimwi. Great little bit of skill, but can he release it a little bit earlier? George Hall's always floating around.
There was a long one forward from Chesterfield that got a flick, and I think there was a feeling that Tommy Simpkin, the keeper, was going to cut it off. He didn't, and it's going to be a corner for Chesterfield.
Now watch this, just look at Ash Palmer. Now he's coming up a corner from absolutely nothing. I want to see someone from Walsall take responsibility here.
Mandeville is going to come across and take it from this left-hand side. Right through the ball swung in as he places the ball just on the edge of the quadrant. And there's no shortage of blue shirts in the penalty area. There's about 8 of them in total. Mandeville gets to the cross, looking for the flick at the near post from Palmer. There's a appeals for handball against Jamie Jellis, not given. And it's well picked up on this near side by Lewis Gordon for Chesterfield.
He's done fantastically well. Just the little fade. Kidding on, he's going to go back to his goalkeeper. Get possession of the ball. I tell you what,
it's a lovely ball forward from Fleck, and it's Colclough on this near side who's being manhandled by a Cagboy, and it goes out for a throw to Chesterfield.
Yeah, Colclough, big fan, can go either way, both feet, good quality coming in. I've got to say, Cagboy has dealt with him very, very well. Got his body in between, good strength.
Fleck's done well there to find Naylor. Colclough, lovely turn in the box, plays it, deflected just wide. Would have been an extraordinary own goal from about 12 yards out. As Colclough tried to put it in the danger zone, it took a deflection, everyone was flat-footed, and it just skims past the post on the far side for another Chesterfield corner.
Yeah, a good link-up play with Tom Naylor and Ryan Colclough there. He's just tried to feed it into that second 6-yard box, hasn't it? Just took a really bad deflection. I've got to say, Tommy Simpkin could only watch.
Well, just going to wait. I think the first plan has just changed. That's the signal from Mandeville. Both arms up in the air, outswinger coming from that far side. He floats it actually to the back edge of the 6-yard box. Palmer gets there with a header again, and Simpkin under pressure will gather it. But I mean, Ash Palmer is clearly the target man in winning everything in the air.
Yeah, he's so aggressive. This is where they have to communicate straight away there. Ash Palmer, if he got any more on that, he's really troubling Tommy Simpkin. Just trying to put it back across from where it came.
Chesterfield against Walsall, the EFL playoffs live and exclusive to national radio, of course, on Talksport network. We've got championship games Monday and Tuesday night, and another League One tie coming for you later. But we've got a free kick here for a nasty challenge on Jamil Matt on halfway. Plenty of words coming from David Akagboy, who is substantially taller than referee Martin Coyle, I think it's fair to say.
Lucky there, I've got to say, John Fleck. Got a strong challenge on Matt. If the yellow card comes out there, I don't think there'll be too many arguments. But again, he's just had that chatting to it.
It's just a telling off from the referee. He was, to be fair, he was quite lenient at Bradford last Saturday in terms of the distribution of cards, particularly after the goal scorer had took his shirt off and already been booked. So that should in theory have been a second yellow. I'm not too sure how he'd have got out of Valley Parade had he decided to do that, though. Header forward for Walsall towards the edge of the box. It's cleared away comfortably that time by Fleck. Chase on here for Liam Gordon, who's put into an area out wide right for Simkin, who picks it up and finds Taylor Allen. Allen then always given possession away to Will Grigg, who's nipping in and around the edge of the penalty area. He then finds Colclough and then Naylor. Naylor out wide to Colclough on this near side. Back once more infield to Fleck. Fleck goes back across the back line where he picks out Ash Palmer on that right-hand side, and Mandeville once more.
It all comes from Jensen Metcalf just pressing. He actually goes beyond Will Grigg. Will Grigg just finds that little position and forcing the issue, chasing all the way, and then Will Grigg just picks up that little position and centrally and intercepts, and then in that transition they keep the ball well, just be expansive and use the space ahead of them.
Chesterfield have possession inside their own half. We've had 11 minutes here on Talksport 2. It remains Chesterfield 0, Walsall 0. The first leg of the League 2 playoff semi-final. Second leg of this game is live on the Talksport app on Friday night, so make sure you have that Talksport app downloaded. You can, of course, watch some fantastic videos. You can watch Talksport live, of course, and you can flick between not only Talksport 1, Talksport 2 and the live games on the app, but also Virgin Radio and Times Radio as well. So whatever you do between now and Friday, make sure you have access to the Talksport app. Chesterfield with a moment of possession with Fleck, left-footed ball, pinged out to that right-hand side, looking for Ola Kigby, and Gordon defends it well this time. And it's picked up inside his own box by Taylor Allen. And Allen will just clear a left-footed ball forward up to Jamil Matt, who's giving also a real presence up top. And he held the ball up nicely there into the feet of Alfie Chang on the return from injury for Chang, of course, who had a fair time out after picking up a nasty knee injury while playing for his parent club Birmingham City. Made one appearance for them back this season before joining Walsall on loan. And they're on the attack, but that's a poor ball forward that time from Liam Gordon.
Yeah, he's just got to keep hold of it, hasn't he? You know, spending a bit of time now without the ball. Got to say Ola Kigby there has to take Gordon on, take a better touch, 1v1 in that right-hand channel.
Well, taken down nicely by Hall. Hall inside the box, but the offside flag was already up, and it will be a free kick for Chesterfield. Probably just about 5 or 6 yards outside their own penalty area. That penalty box feels a long way from us here. We are hemmed up in this left corner as we look out. As we say, it is packed to the rafters. No spare seats today for sure.
Yeah, Chesterfield taking a little bit more control of the game as well, using the ball well. This is when Walsall, they have to be patient, they have to be organised, compact, communicating all the while.
Headed away that time by Taylor Allen on the far side. As I mentioned, 10 goals to his name so far this season. 7 goals and 3 assists from set pieces. 3 of those exceptional direct free kicks that he scored as well. He's a real potent threat, and when you look at Walsall's record all in all in terms of set pieces, it's quite outstanding. Ball out wide to this left-hand side, picking out the feet of Lewis Gordon, the left fullback for Chesterfield. He comes in field, again just drops the ball in neatly to the feet of Jensen Metcalf. On that far side, Ola Kigby trying to win possession.
Oh my goodness.
And he's caught him very late there, and this could well be the first card of the game. Taylor Allen is down, the referee. Looks like he's reaching to his pocket on this occasion, and it is going to be a yellow card.
Yeah, very strong challenge, just frustration, isn't it? You know, a couple of touches have got away from him, he's trying to react, he's threw himself, committed to that challenge. And like you say, Taylor Allen's just got rid of the ball and dodged it, to be fair. He has taken him, he's taken him in the air. But I think the referees came to the right decision with the yellow card.
You know, just for a moment you did wonder. There's a couple of red cards already, of course, in the playoff games that we've covered so far across the Talksport network. We mentioned Charlton and Wycombe go toe-to-toe later this evening. That game live for you on Talksport 2, 6:30 kickoff. And of course we'll be back into the action of the Championship tomorrow evening and Tuesday evening. Tomorrow night, Sheffield United against Bristol City with that 3-0 lead live on Talksport. And then on Tuesday night, we'll be at the Stadium of Light for Sunderland, who have that 2-1 advantage over Coventry heading into that second leg as well. And worth remembering in the Championship, only a single goal is the deficit that's been turned over previously. So they'll be breaking new territory if Bristol City can do something at Bramall Lane tomorrow evening. That game live on Talksport, kickoff 8 o'clock.
Not really under any pressure, that defensive unit of Walsall there. David Okagboy just opens up and just puts one in behind. I don't think it's the right option. You know, George Hall has a lot of work to do to try and make it So that's when you've got to just use the ball a little bit better. Can you bounce it into a Sturt? Can you bounce it into an Alfie Chang? They're always showing, they're always wanting the ball. Just keep possession. There's going to be long periods of this game where they're going to go without the ball also, so they have to make sure that they use it when they can.
Ryan Boot, long launch forward from him. He's got the best save ratio of any of the goalkeepers in the matchday squads today at 67%. There's a feels for an offside flag on that left-hand side against Jamie Jellis, not coming from the assistant on the near side, but Walsall have won themselves a throw level with the edge of the Chesterfield penalty area on that far side, the left.
Yeah, it's a timely run, isn't it, from Jamie Jellis there. He's getting in behind. I've got to say, Liam Mandeville seen the danger, managed to get inside and went to ground very, very early, but like you say, he did make contact with the ball, so can't complain.
Yeah, I think there was a question mark about there potentially being an offside, but nothing doing. And Paul Cook just out from his technical area. I think he was having a little conversation then with Donovan Daniels, who he knows quite well, who's warming up for Walsall right now. Here comes that long throw then from that far side. Oh, that's launched right to the edge of the 6-yard box. Boot deals with it well. With the big fist away, it'll come back in potentially from Allen and then given away to Colclough. Now an opportunity for Ola Kigby. He's fouled by Allen and it will be a free kick just outside the centre circle inside the Walsall half.
Well, it is a foul, you know, but it's a soft one. But I don't like this going and grabbing the ball. You know, I'm sitting, the referee wasn't too sure. But like you say, Ola Kigby, I think he can let that one go. Naylor's running the far side in the right hand channel. If he lets it go, there's enough pace in the ball that is going to make it to Tom Naylor.
They have possession here, Chesterfield on halfway. 17 and a half minutes played, still 0-0. Long ball forward down that right hand side. Mandeville trying to get on to the end of it. And he's kept it alive and it will mean Liam Gordon has to clear it, and he's done it but not very well to Ola Kigby. And they have it now on this left hand side with Lewis Gordon in short to Colclough, who just starts to edge his way down this left-hand touchline as the ball goes back inside the Chesterfield half. And the experience of Carl McFadden, who holds possession midway inside his own half. He's an old hand, 38 years of age now. 3 appearances for Blackburn in all competitions this season. Spent 4.5 years, of course, at Coventry, and Greek putting some pressure in on a Cagboy, and in the end it has to be cleared by Simpkin, but not very far. It's picked up down this right hand side, and edging forward again is a Cagboy, but he's put the ball straight into touch for a Chesterfield throw.
I'm looking at the goalkeeper there, Tommy Simpkin. He's got to be so loud, so commanding, so dominant. David the Cagboy, just the ball's running through. He looks at the goalkeeper, sees him kind of coming out slowly, and then just turns his back on it. Well, Greg's there. He's actually putting pressure on to go and get the ball.
Simpkin on loan from Stoke, of course, in the Walsall goal. Isn't he 20 years of age? 14 clean sheets to his name in his 40 appearances prior to today. As I say, in terms of save ratio, about 60%. Only 2 clean sheets in his last 9 as well. So between him and Sam Hornby, who's the reserve keeper, he's only got a 60% save ratio as well this season. They aren't really the strongest of keepers in League 2. It's possession for Chesterfield again. And we knew pre-game this would be the plan most of the time. McFadden on that far side swings it out to Ola Kigby, who cuts in field. That's much better from Ola Kigby as he heads towards the edge of the penalty. On loan, of course, from Brentford. He's got it back, edge of the box. Tries to switch it to the left-hand side and pick out Lewis Gordon, but it was intercepted, but Gordon wins it back, and then Fleck finds Colclough. Colclough on the left-hand side. Lovely dancing feet. Left-footed ball swung in. Headed away that time by Williams from the edge of the 6-yard box out as far as Fleck. Once more it's into Colclough. Colclough in the box on his right foot. Brilliant shot. Excellent save from Simpkin. And it's a corner for Chesterfield.
I've got to say it's absolutely outstanding. Lewis Gordon with a great little pass to Ryan Colclough. His first touch is excellent. He just takes another little touch with the right, manipulates it, and he puts the laces through it. It's an excellent save from Simpkin as well. I think left hand just puts it over the bar. Great quality.
First, not a real save that Simpkins had to make. 20 minutes in here. Chesterfield 0, Walsall 0. Mandeville with a corner on the far side. It's another floater, and it's heading towards Palmer, who has a free header. Knocks it down to the edge of the 6-yard box where it's cleared away by Liam Gordon. up towards halfway, and ball is dispossessed by McFadden. And now again down this left-hand side. Here comes Metcalf onto his right foot, swings the ball towards that back post, too much on it, evades everyone, and out of play for a goal kick.
Well, I'm looking at that. Harry Williams took Ash Palmer for the first corner that came in. There was nowhere near him there, so I don't understand it. Maybe they're marking in zones and you've got to go with 1, 2 and 3, but there was nowhere near him. You cannot give Ash Palmer that time and space in the 18-yard box.
When these sides met in the regular season here back in October, it finished 2-2. It was a 3-1 victory for Walsall. It was one of their rare victories in the closing stages of the season when they met at the Bescott Stadium, which they would do again, of course, on Friday night. And actually the record for Chesterfield against Walsall, they've only won one of their last 7 against them in all competitions. But as we've mentioned, they are the form team of the 4 when it comes to these playoffs, and while that may well count for something, and the record of the teams finishing 7th is not too bad in recent times, I think it's fair to say. And that's going to go for a free kick Chesterfield's way inside the centre circle once more.
I tell you what, well, Greg, he doesn't really give the ball away, just the possession, even balls that now he shouldn't be winning. You'd expect the centre back to come through and dominate. He's very timely with it in the air, little flicks, his hold up play, bring it into Metcalf there. Metcalf, good strength as well.
Really is some atmosphere here today as we approach the midway point of this first half. Chesterfield have it. Fleck, left-footed ball forward. Oh, lovely from Colclough. Just flicks it over the top of a Cag boy's head. But then he's helped out that time by Harry Williams. He's the Walsall defender. Picked up by Gordon here on halfway. Lewis Gordon for Chesterfield. He's got the close attentions of Alfie Chang, but he does well to find Fleck on this near side. And Chesterfield just taking a grip on this game now. McFadden square to the right-hand side where he picks out Palmer.
Yep, it's down to they're having a lot more control for the fact that the quality from Walsall from back to front isn't great. So when Chesterfield are winning that first contact, that's what you're expecting, likes of a Chang, a Stuck, even a Simway. I need more from him to step forward, pick up those second balls and then drive up the pitch. At the minute they're losing all those battles.
Well, we did discuss pre-game, wasn't it? Do we think Walsall would just sit in and allow them possession, which is what they're doing?
Yeah, but there's a time to sit in. But when you're in good possession of the ball, then it's quality up to Jamil Matt. It's quality into the body and feet of the likes of Jellis or Hall. I'm not seeing that. It's just a nothing ball, and then it's being contested, but then they're nowhere near to pick up second balls.
Thoughts of Chris O'Halloran, who's been promoted twice through the playoffs, of course, here on Talksport. 2 long ball over the top for Colclough. Oh, brilliant takedown by Colclough. Off his chest, just too much on it. And it just runs out of play. That'll be a goal kick, but I mean, the pick of the pass was sensational, and Colclough actually getting it under any kind of control was brilliant.
I think if he takes his first touch on his chest across Assembly in behind, going in to go, takes the player out, and he's going to get another opportunity to go there, but you can see he's enjoying himself out there. Ryan Colclough getting some nice touches.
Beautiful afternoon in North Derbyshire. 24 minutes played as things stand, and Leicester have equalised against Forest in the final 10 minutes. 2-2 now in the Premier League. Loads of football taking place this afternoon, of course, all being followed on the Sunday session over on Talksport as an alternative option for you to listen this afternoon. Adrian Durham in the chair as well throughout the afternoon. Of course, still got Liverpool-Arsenal to come. That's a 4:30 kickoff this afternoon, but Newcastle did a huge step towards the Champions League with that win over Chelsea. Live on Talksport on Game Day exclusive at lunchtime today. Jamil Matt's just committed another foul, and it'll be another free kick for Chesterfield midway inside their own half. You listen to Chesterfield versus Walsall in the EFL playoffs live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Enjoy a tasty night in, delivered to your door with McDelivery.
Yeah, just frustration from the big man as well. He's not seeing too much of the ball. He's having to work very, very hard without having any joy. The service he's getting hasn't been great. So he's dropping in. He's not dropping back as far as he was the first 5-10 minutes of the game. He's trying to kind of maybe steal a few yards, trying to get as close to McFadden and Palmer as he can, but not really affecting it.
Lovely story as well. 2 Wembley finals today, FA Trophy, FA Vars as well. Whitstable Town. I used to live in Whitstable, I used to be a resident. They won today, 2-1 after extra time in the FA Vars. And the lovely story there, a 102-year-old World War II veteran who used to play for them was their guest of honour today, which is fantastic. And to see Whitstable Town victorious. So a big win in the FA Vase. FA Trophy final gets underway in about 20 minutes' time or so at Wembley as well. Big day for Aldershot as well. Here, it remains 0-0, 25 minutes in. It's an easy pass into the middle of the park that just picks out Ryan Stirk. I think it's the first time I've mentioned his name. He's not really featured in the match so far for Walsall. Liam Gordon will attack from that far side, one of the more consistent performers. His 45th appearance of the season today for Gordon, as that cross comes in. Brilliant cross from Asimwe as well. And Jamil Matt is penalised. I think he thought he was potentially going to get a penalty himself, but he's been penalised for the foul, and it's a free kick for Chesterfield.
Yeah, referee's got it spot on. It's an excellent ball in from Nathan Asimwe there as well. One to go and attack. That's where Jamil Matt needs to be getting across the front of his man. Just put too much pressure on McFadden in there.
Ball at the feet of Ryan Boot, away to our right-hand side. Former Solihull Moors man in goal for Chesterfield. Launches it forward. Flicked on over halfway that time by Chang. Chang tries to bring it down, but Jamil Matt just nips in and does well. Finds a Simwe down this right-hand side, who gets the better of Coleclough and is away down this near touchline. He's being tracked all the way by Naylor, but he just cuts inside a Simwe, and he's done well so far. Towards the edge of the penalty area, he finds Chang, and it's helped on its way once more at the feet of Taylor Allen. Is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Points to the spot immediately, Martin Coy, and it is a penalty for Walsall. No doubt from Chris Owelamo alongside me, who called it immediately. The foul on, I think, George Hall inside the penalty area. No, it may not have been George, actually. I think it's Gordon on that far side who's been fouled, and you can hear the boos, but a penalty for Walsall.
Yeah, I just can't believe it. You know, you're thinking there, Gordon's come in. Mandeville, he went to ground earlier. He does not need to go to ground there. He got the touch, Gordon, and it's late. There's contact there. I think he actually kind of jumped over the challenge, but the referee's positioned perfectly, and it's a penalty kick.
Taylor Allen, 10 goals to his name this season. We said he's a set-piece specialist. The Chesterfield fans in the home end away behind the goal will try and stop him, and Allen just drills it into the bottom corner. Never in doubt, sends the keeper the wrong way. That trusted left foot has set the Walsall supporters on the far side of this stadium into raptures in the sunshine. All 1,000 of them celebrating Taylor Allen's 11th goal in league games this season, and it gives Walsall the advantage. Chesterfield 0, Walsall 1.
It's an excellent penalty, isn't it? Sending Ryan Boot the wrong way, but I've got to say Paul Cook he'll be absolutely livid. You know, there's no reason to go to ground. There's no reason. If you go to ground, you get it wrong. You're giving the referee a decision to make. Stay on your feet, make up the distance, and then put him under pressure there. He just waited for it. He committed to the challenge, Mandeville there. And Gordon's just taking it away, just waiting for it.
Well, fourth official Ross Joyce getting plenty from Paul Cook down below. He's not happy. It was a penalty. I think your instant reaction tells me that was a penalty.
But Gordon had to jump the challenge. I'm not sure we don't have the luxury that we can see it again. Even if there's no contact, he's had to jump the challenge, and he's went to ground.
Chesterfield 0, Walsall 1, 29 minutes played. Not the start that Chesterfield were after, and well, having dominated the opening 29 minutes, you said the first goal in this is crucial. Well, I mean, when you've been outplayed, the best opportunities to the home side, and then all of a sudden, as the away team, you won up.
Well, it'll give them a little bit of a lift, but as we've seen with this Chesterfield side over the last what month and a half, is they don't change. They play the exact same way. You know, they've come back into games 2-goal deficits, and they've went on to get something out of the game. So that's what it's all about. You know, Paul Cook, they have a clear identity. Nothing changes. Disappointing that they've conceded, but they go again.
Well, as they'll tell you, this is a bit of a bonus for them being in the playoffs. They had 14 players injured at Christmas. They were in the bottom half of the table. Never really expected to be here. They've used over 40 players this season, Chesterfield. But Paul Cook, I think, worked his magic in the January transfer window, and it certainly made a difference. However, they're behind here now.
No, like you say, they're here now, so they're here to win, of course. But was it
great ball over the top here for Metcalf, right edge of the penalty area. His first touch wasn't the best, took it away from him, and also the pace there Boy was able to shut him down, but they have won a corner and they've looked really dangerous from these set pieces.
Yeah, Metcalf, I think the touch was just too big, just showed too much of it to Boy there. He was always going to win that race. But again, going to ground, I don't think he has to go to ground there. Big strong defender just puts the arm across Metcalf and just let it go out. Let it go out for a goal kick. Again, Palmer.
They are looking for the head this time on the near side, not of Palmer but of Jensen Metcalf. It's forward once more by Lewis Gordon to the edge of the box, and then it'll be cleared away by Alfie Chang. They have had their issues from the spot, by the way, Walsall this season. That was the 5th penalty they've been awarded, only the 3rd they've converted. So Taylor Allen doing a good job for them against this Chesterfield side to give them the lead here with 13 and a half minutes remaining in this first half here on Talksport 2, where it remains Chesterfield 0, Walsall 1. Ola Kigby on that far side trying to chase that ball down. Simpkin first time will clear up towards halfway. Jamil Mack goes in and wins that header quite comfortably. It's knocked down towards halfway once more, picked up by McFadden and out wide to this left hand side again for Lewis Gordon. Gordon in towards the feet of Colclough, tries the little flick, but Wilgrigg was tucked in perhaps a little bit too close behind him. I mean, we've yet to see Wilgrigg get into this game for Chesterfield, and now Walsall have it again. Jamil Matt, terrible, just giving it away on halfway, straight to the feet of Lewis Gordon, and John Fleck will pick up the loose ball, and they'll take their time here, Chesterfield, and just keep possession deep inside their own half.
Well, that was a moment, isn't it, and you're spot on. It was terrible, Alfie Chang, it was all one-touch football there. It goes into big Jamil Matt. That's when he's just got to be strong, take a touch, give his teammates a little bit of a breather. He's tried a one-touch back to Alfie Chang and giving it away, and now they have to go a period without it, chasing, drop back in, being organised. Takes more out the body, physically and mentally. I tell you what, he's been poor for me, really poor. Ola Kigby.
Well, one of the things you can say about Chesterfield, Simpkins has gone down here. Well, again, so Simpkins gone down. No one's anywhere near him. No one's been near him for about the last 5 minutes. He's down, and what a surprise! All the players are coming over for a bit of a regroup. That doesn't really come as a great shock at all, does it? I'll fill you in on some of the upcoming commentaries coming in the next week or so. As you mentioned, Wickham against Charlton, the first leg of their League One playoff is tonight. That's underway at 6:30. We'll have that for you live and exclusive on Talksport 2. Tomorrow, Sheffield United against Bristol City, that Championship playoff semi-final second leg. We'll find out who's going to Wembley between Sheffield United and Bristol City tomorrow night. Tuesday night, it's Sunderland against Coventry. Wednesday, Stockport against Leyton Orient. The second leg of that one, of course, 2-2 after the first leg is live here on Talksport 2 as well. And it is a cracking week of EFL playoff football live across the Talksport network. So both teams, minus only Taylor Allen, who's not joining. In fact, Harry Williams, who's not joining in the conversation for the Walsall team away to our right. Paul Cook has probably welcomed this, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think they're in control of the game. The goal came against the run of play. They've reacted well. They've got into good situations. I've got to say I need more from Michael Ola Kigby on that right hand side. He needs to just see more of the ball, even if he drops deeper to try and influence the game. He's trying to stay expansive, he's trying to stay wide, but he's in no control of the ball. He's not influenced the game in any way.
Well, I thought the ref was just giving the symbol to say actually they were going to have to make a change here, but I think Simpkin looks okay to continue, and we will get back underway. And the ball out of play on that far side. Walsall had possession midway inside their own half, and we've had a delay of about a minute and a half here, so there's going to be at least that added on when we get to half time, which is in 10 and a half minutes time. Throw in on the far side then, and it's going to be taken by Allen up that far touchline for Walsall. Jamil Matt just chested on its way. The right boot of McFadden gets it away from the edge of the Chesterfield penalty area, and again Ola Kigby has it on that far touchline, dispossessed by Liam Gordon up towards halfway. Jamil Matt is there, over halfway he goes, but once more intercepted by McFadden.
He's done everything right, Jamil Matt there. I think he's got control of the ball, he's turned, but that's when you've got to just be composed. The wait a pass into Jamie Jellis, or can you drive yourself, commit the defender, and that creates space in behind for Jellis or George Hall to run in behind.
Chesterfield, unsurprisingly, with possession, which they've dominated throughout the opening 35 minutes of this game. Probably no great surprise. They've spent most of the season having so much possession of the football, that's for sure.
Well, you're saying possession, okay, the last probably 10 minutes, probably a little bit longer than that. They've had a lot of the ball, but it's in their own defensive third and middle third. You know, I think with that, can you advance with the players that you've got? You know, Colclough, Olakigbe has to do more. Will Gregg stretching it. You know, very intelligent player. When he drops into those little space, you've got the likes of Metcalf that tries to get in behind third man running. But this is where all the possession's been. So Paul Cook, play in the right areas. It's good to have possession of the ball and control of the game, but can you advance? What's the whole point of having the ball? It's to create opportunities.
It's the joys of playoff football, isn't it? Only Notts County have had more possession throughout the season than Chesterfield. They lost their home game last night by 1-0, and here we have Chesterfield trailing by 1-0 as well. Very nice possession, but you have to do something with it.
Yeah.
Gordon, infield to Fleck on halfway for Chesterfield. Forward he goes. Gordon will just help it on its way on this near side, but he won't because he loses possession, and it's picked up by Nathan Asimwe on this near side. Again given away, but picked up by Chang. Chang then loses out as it's helped on its way to Tom Naylor in the heart of that Chesterfield midfield. Again, the experience of Naylor, 33 years of age, been around the block for sure. 41st appearance of the campaign in League Two for Naylor today. And Chesterfield have it once more at the edge of their own box. It's gone a little bit quiet. The home supporters stunned, I think, that they're a goal behind.
Yeah, but like you say, there's nothing really to shout about when you've got McFadden and Lewis Gordon playing it between each other in their own defensive third. So that's when the likes of Lewis Gordon, you know, he has seen a lot of ball. Can you be advanced? What does that do? It then pushes Ryan Colclough inside as well, and then you have a little bit of a combination play with the likes of Will Gregg and Colclough. But at the minute, they're just very happy just to keep the ball. Walsall will just sit in and say, we're happy with this. They're not forcing the issue.
Well, the team finishing 7th has been promoted in 7 of the last 15 years from League Two. It's very much the position to be in when you look at the numbers. Not quite so for Walsall. And the 4th place side has only been promoted twice in 16 seasons. Fleetwood back in 2014 and Morecambe back in 2021. And maybe that is that disappointment of not quite reaching those top 3 when you've been in a decent position that just affects their playoff hopes. But Walsall have the lead here right now. Again, good pressure from George Hall. Nothing coming from it though, and Chesterfield will clear away to our right hand side. You listen to Talksport 2, 7 minutes to go to half time, and it's Chesterfield 0, Walsall 1.
Yeah, you're looking at that front three of Walsall. Jealous, Matt and Hall working very, very hard, dropping in every opportunity as well. But I tell you what, should be some harsh words being said at half time with the quality, albeit a little bit better.
Chang just trying to play a ball through, but McFadden read it, intercepted it nicely. They've won it back there off the toes of Stirk. Olakigbe again just falls down in possession of the ball, and away they come down that left hand side with Liam Gordon on the attack for Walsall. He's got some decent pace, cuts it infield, well held up at the edge of the penalty area, looking to work it again. It goes out once more to Gordon, who gets to the byline. Gordon's still going here, pulls it back. McFadden clears it, comes out to Chang, who hits it. A brilliant strike, low into the bottom corner from Alfie Chang for his first Walsall goal. What a hit that was from the edge of the penalty area. The ball only half cleared by McFadden, and Chang strikes low and hard beyond the outstretched arm of Ryan Boot. And Walsall have doubled their advantage here. And Alfie Chang, what a hit that is. And there's trouble in the playoffs for the Spyrites. It's Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2.
That's an excellent strike from Alfie Chang. I've got to say, excellent play from Taylor Allen and Liam Gordon as well. Cut the ball back, got his head up, composed as he's running towards goal. It's defended well, but you know what? Can he get out? Get the block in. Alfie Chang just puts the laces through it from 20 yards. It's an excellent strike, and I've got to say, Ryan Boot doesn't have a chance there. Comes through a lot of bodies as well, but he's nowhere near it. Nowhere near it.
Well, he's started the last 3 games for Walsall, having come back from injury. Played 1 game for Birmingham on his return. That was against Lincoln in the FA Cup. The injury happened in 2023 to his knee. 22 years of age, seen as a real bright star, Alfie Chang. And he's centre stage here in Chesterfield this afternoon.
And I still don't see any urgency. You know, I see Fleck and Metcalf going and getting the ball off the defenders. Walsall are comfortable. They are comfortable. Everyone's back. Everyone's defending. They're not forcing the issue enough for me. This is when you need to get the likes of Ola Kigbe on the ball, Colclough on the ball, and then have those overloads. The fullbacks bombing Mandeville. Can you affect it in a positive way? Can Lewis Gordon get forward, create those overloads in the wide areas? All for the just to make end product for crosses to come in. There's been look Walsall. Look, they're going back again.
Well, if the question mark was how will Walsall respond from that disappointment last week, I think they've answered it, haven't they?
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, I think they've come out with a game plan. Yeah, they've had to kind of weather the storm. You know, I think Tommy Simkin, excellent save, but you know, other than that, they've not really been troubled.
There's home advantage in this playoffs. Doesn't seem to count for too much, does it, as things stand? We're heading for another potential away win, but Ola Kigbe away and plenty of time to play in this game on that far side. That's better for him, takes on Allen, gets a decent crossover. Colclough is up for the header, so was Naylor. Colclough got the flick on it, comes out on this near side to Lewis Gordon. Here's Colclough at the edge of the penalty area again, spinning, turning onto his right foot. Metcalf's there, holds the ball up, edge of the penalty area, still going in towards Colclough, who goes to ground. Metcalf is fouled then, surely. Absolutely, the challenge from Ryan Sturt. Referee plays on. Ola Kigbe on that far side, has the ball at feet. He's going to try and take on Liam Gordon. In the end, he goes back to Mandeville. McFadden out wide to this left-hand side. Fleck has it, goes back to McFadden again. Gordon on this near touchline was in a decent position, but ball didn't come to him. Mandeville once more. Ola Kigbe onto Mandeville again, but it's tracked by Allen by the corner flag, and he'll get it clear. Mandeville comes to try and meet it, and then Naylor looks to try and get on the end of it, but it's won by the goal scorer Chang. Ola Kigbe's got it now. Good dance down that far side. Brilliant tackle from Taylor Allen, and swipes the ball out for a throw on the far side.
Yeah, Ola Kigbe picked it up a little bit. Good quality cross into the box just a couple of minutes ago, and Colclough took it off the head of Naylor as well. That's when you communicate. It's a free head, he's coming onto it, he sees everything. You let him know you're coming through him and the ball. But
free kick for Chesterfield.
Yeah, it just needs to be lifted. You know, Paul Cook, he's not happy. You know, and the fans around us as well. You know, there's not a reaction to going 2 down. You know, yes, they're seeing the ball, but not moving it with any urgency.
Here's the free kick for Chesterfield. It's probably about 35 yards out from goal. Right-footed ball, about to be swung into the Walsall penalty area. Grigg and Metcalf are in there as you'd expect. Palmer and McFadden too. I think Tom Naylor's made his way in and around the edge of the box as well. Here comes the delivery then from the right foot of Mandeville. Not the best because it's easily headed out. That time by Harry Williams from deep inside his own penalty area. And again, Metcalf has it on this right-hand side. We've got less than 90 seconds left of this first half. Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. Here's Fleck down this left-hand side. Fleck, he's just given the ball away so simply to the feet of Jellis. Jellis then clips the ball through the middle, I think. However quick George Hall might be, he was never quite going to get to that one.
Well, I wasn't too sure if that's what Jellis wanted to do there. You know, he had a lot of time. I think you just find it into the feet of Matt, or find the feet of Hall there as well, but he just put it to the Ryan Boot. Made no sense. You know, this is when they're going through a lot of the game without the ball. Keep hold of it.
Here they come again on that far side. Oh, that's a late. He's pulled the first challenge, which is a foul for Chesterfield, although Walsall looked like they were going to break away there with George Hall on that left-hand side, but the referee pulls it back for a free kick to the home side in the final minute of the first half. Just inside their own half, so it's taken short to McFadden. On that right-hand side, it's with Ash Palmer. Back to McFadden again. Fleck is down this near side. Here comes the fourth official as we find out how many minutes are being added. And it's 5 added at the end of this first half. To be fair, he does like a bit of added time, this ref. Certainly was to Bradford's liking last weekend.
Just look at Paul Cook, not happy at all. He's basically telling him to play the ball forward. I just don't understand it.
Here's Gordon. does well off of Colclough. And again, they go back towards halfway. McFadgen's there. Through towards the feet that time of Mandeville, and he's just played it straight into touch.
Well, in fairness, Mandeville, he's come really inside, playing as like a second number 10 there. But take it in, take a touch. You know, I think can't play it to Metcalf there first time. But they need to have more urgency. They need to play forward, drive forward, commit the defenders, commit the players in front of you.
Full times from the Premier League this afternoon. Newcastle beat Chelsea at lunchtime by 2-0. Manchester United 0, West Ham 2, Forest 2, Leicester 2. A big dent in Forest's hopes of a Champions League place, that, and Spurs 0, Palace 2. And it does mean for the table is that Newcastle are up to third on 66 points, just a point behind Arsenal. Then it's City, then Chelsea, then Villa. Here come Walsall again, left edge of the box. George Hall tries to play it across into Jamil Matt. It's half cleared and out as far as Liam Gordon on that far side. They have the ball again with Allen. Allen down the touchline, laid off by Hall, then across the box by Liam Gordon, headed away as far as Allen again. They'll look to put the ball in once more. We've had 90 seconds of the 5 added at the end of this first half, where it remains Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. Here's Hall, edge of the penalty area on that far side, tries to spin and turn, and in the end the referee decides it's a goal kick away to our right hand side for Chesterfield. And as I say, Chelsea now 5th on 63 points, Villa on 63, Forest on 62, and down the bottom of the table West Ham move up to 15th above Man United and Spurs are now 17th and the best of the rest. Manchester United are 16th, and they're playing obviously for a place in the Champions League, live on Talksport in Bilbao in a week or so's time. Football's bonkers, there's no two ways about it. Over halfway, Booker just telling his team to calm down as well, as that's pumped clear by Harry Winks. I mean, the thing is, there's a difference, and I always like to define this, and you can help us. There's a difference between playing the ball quickly and panicking, isn't there?
Oh no, definitely. You know, I think at the minute Chesterfield are in control, but they're not doing anything with the ball. It's like a game of possession. There's no outlet, there's no end goal. You know, and that's what it's all about. Getting into good areas, creating opportunities, putting balls in the box, and I don't see this. I've not seen that enough, that pass. Albeit, I think he's kept it in.
Colclough's done brilliantly there, eventually puts it out for a throw for Walsall on this near side.
But that's Chesterfield's outlet. Now Ryan Colclough and Ola Kigbe on the right hand side, and then it's down to the likes of Lewis Gordon, Mandeville to go up and support, and then you create those overloads, 2v1 scenarios. But I've not seen it enough.
Every time Colclough's had the ball, he's looked great.
Well, he's
made things happen.
He's not had it for a while, so I just don't understand it. And Walsall are very, very comfortable without the ball. They're sitting in, they're taking responsibility, they've got their positions, and it's all in front of them.
Little flick on that time from Jellis, and it's going to be dealt with easily by Ash Palmer inside his own half. Gets it forward to Ola Kigbe on that far side, who just keeps possession, goes back to Palmer, and they have it on halfway. Colclough is in acres of space on this left hand side. McFadgen then goes square once more, where he picks out Gordon. Gordon then will spin and turn down this left hand touchline. He's got outside in Fleck on this near side, and again Paul Cook is furious.
He's not happy. He's not happy because even Lewis Gordon there, you can come into Tom Naylor. It's a difficult pass. It's a brave pass, but that's what's going to move the Walsall midfield in front of you. At the minute, I've got to say, Ryan Stark, Alfie Chang, they're not being moved around. They're just sitting in the position, saying, "Okay, we're happy with this."
Fleck once more has it inside Chesterfield's half. We're into the final minute of added time at the end of this first half. Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. Ball slipped inside the penalty area. Metcalf's trying to run onto it, and it's dealt with and put out of play this time by Harry Williams, but in the eyes of the referee, it was put out of play by Metcalf, and it will be a goal kick for Walsall away to our left-hand side. I mean, this first half's been good. El Clasico in Spain, Barcelona 4, Real Madrid 2 at half-time. I mean, this has been good. Yeah. I know where I'd rather be, the weather.
Yeah, but you look at McFadgen there, I think it was the right ball. Mandeville gets it, but he stops the ball dead and gets his head up. I think he can drive at Liam Gordon there. And once he does that, then Ola Kigbe, it was Metcalf there that got in behind. The weight of pass was a little bit too much, a bit easy for Taylor Arm to go and affect it.
It was, and there's the half-time whistle as Tommy Simpkin launches the ball forward for Walsall, and plenty to think about for Chesterfield at half-time. They trail here by 2-0. It's not gone according to script, and it's certainly not gone according to form. The side who finished fourth in the table, should I say, and just missed out on finishing third and automatic promotion, have a 2-goal advantage despite spending long periods of that first half under plenty of pressure from Chesterfield, the home side, who of course finished 7th but came into this game in the better form. Chris Owellamo alongside me, a man who has won promotion twice via the playoffs. I mean, we're 45 minutes into a 180-minute game, so nothing to panic about yet for Chesterfield. But what would say is that Walsall have looked incredibly comfortable.
Very comfortable. I'm looking at it now, 71% possession in Chesterfield's favour. They've had one shot in the game. It's shocking. It's shocking. And I know that there's a minority of fans here that have been quite critical of Paul Cook because it's that sidewards passing, just controlling game. But you can even see that the manager's frustration by his team's lack of urgency. They need to step forward. They need to, look, I want Ola Kigby to get at Liam Gordon every opportunity. Yeah, let him know that he's in a game, in the same way with Colclough, with Asimwe at the other side. You know, once you do that, then you're pulling players out of position. Walsall, I've got to say, that 4 that sit in front of the 3 for Walsall are very, very comfortable. And Matt Sadler will be delighted. They've went out and they've had to kind of concede possession, but they've taken responsibility. They're communicating. They had opportunities to kind of advance, and they're getting a little bit of joy up that left-hand side with Taylor Allen, Liam Gordon, and to be fair, George Hall's floating out there as well. There's been good quality come into the box. That's where the opportunities, the penalty kick, and obviously the goal, the Alfie Chan goal came from there. So that's another thing that Paul Cook will be absolutely livid about. Mandeville, look, stay on your feet. What are you going to ground for?
I was going to say, talking about the penalty then, no doubt in your mind it was a penalty. Paul Cook not happy about it. But Mandeville, as you said, you highlighted previously, he'd gone to ground when it was unnecessary. This time he goes to ground and Liam Gordon thinks, well, I'm going to have to jump over the top of that, and that's a penalty.
If you're unsure if you're going to get the ball or not, you can't commit to going to ground. Because all Gordon had to do there was just get to the ball first, and that's what he did. I think it was very, very slight contact, if any, but he's kind of rode the challenge. So it's I think that'll be one. Stay on your feet. Can you go and affect it when you're on your feet? Yes, he could have in that moment. I don't know why he goes to ground.
And absolutely no argument with the finish on the second goal. Again, ball half cleared by McFadden, but who is anywhere near Chang had all the time in the world to pick his spot and lash it home.
Well, that's it. You know, I think McFadden's stretching for it, gets a touch, it comes out to the edge of the box. That's when you're looking at those like holding midfielders, even a centre back to break their neck to try and get in the face of Chang. Nowhere near. He struck it very, very, very well. And I've got to say, Ryan Brook didn't have a chance with it as well. Seen it late probably as well, but it was a fantastic connection.
So what happens now at half-time? I mean, one of the things we know about this Chesterfield side is that they score a lot of goals courtesy of substitutes. 17 so far this season. So he has the ability to change things round, or do you send them back out there? And again, the other question I would ask you, someone like Ola Kigby is a young player on loan from Brentford. Experience isn't massive. Can an occasion like this get to him a little bit, maybe?
No, not really. You know, I think he knows what he's shown quality, but it's not consistent enough. Little flashes. We know that he's there. For me, I'm looking at Dylan Duffy. I think even Ryan Colclough can go over that side as well. Bring Dylan Duffy on. It's end product. It's players that are direct. It's going to create. But I think he'll come out with the same team because they're in control of the game. 71% possession, but it's what they do with the ball. You've got to be a little bit brave, a little bit more aggressive with it. Go forward. As Mick McCarthy always used to say, if you can see the white of my eyes, give me the ball. As simple as that. And that's what I don't see at the minute. Very, very comfortable just playing it side to side. How are you affecting a team that's already sitting in a mid-block? Not even a low block, by the way. A mid-block. So there is opportunities to play that diagonal ball in behind.
And full credit as well to Walsall, who, you know, given how they must have felt come 5 o'clock last Saturday, the fact that they've come out here today, they've been positive. They seem to have a really good game plan. They've executed it well. Yes, they're being helped by Chesterfield, but actually, they've at half time they've got a 2-goal advantage that you could, you know, it's very precious.
When they get that penalty and it goes in, it makes it a little bit easier. Now that hard slog, that hard graft, a lot of minutes without the ball. As a footballer, you want to get on the ball, you want as many touches as you want. Just to sit and go, right, okay, we know what Chesterfield are about. We've got pace in the wide areas, and that quality's been really poor, by the way. So they're actually 2-0 up, and they've not really shown great quality with the ball. But without the ball, that box been ticked.
All right, more to come from Chris then throughout half-time and into the second half. The clouds have just started to appear here in Chesterfield this afternoon, and they're certainly hanging over the Chesterfield dressing room right now. A poor first half from them, but a belter for the Super Saddlers. Half-time then here on Talksport 2 in the first leg of this League 2 playoff semi-final. It is Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2.
EFL Live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. There's nothing quite like a McDelivery. You in? 18 plus participating restaurants. Delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
Hello, this is Big Dunk Ferguson here. Just wanted to let everybody know I have a book out, and it's an honest story about the journey that I've been on. From growing up in Scotland to my time at Everton. What it's like to be a manager and everything I've learnt from the great teams I've been in. And of course break-ins, prison sentences and nights out in Liverpool. It's all there. Big Dunk by me. It's out now. Hope you enjoy it.
Hold on! This storm's rolling in fast! Wait! A lighthouse! Quick! Turn us around!
It's not a lighthouse, Captain.
What?
It's Amy. She's just got a £1 fancy coffee through 3 and she's glowing.
Oh, that's a sight to stir an old sailor's soul.
Download 3 Plus and glow with 3.
One £1 barista made drink per 3 Plus customer per week. Participating venue. See 3 Plus for terms.
That's not simple. That's not simple. Now that's simple. Hastings Direct Car Insurance is simple, because when life is this complicated, finding a great deal shouldn't be. Great cover, great price, and a great app makes us one of the UK's top choices when comparing car insurance online. Hastings Direct. Simplicity is the best policy. For verification, see hastingsdirect.com/verify.
Check your retirement savings are on track with PensionBee's easy-to-use app. Because when your pension is in a good place, you're in a good place. When investing, your capital is at risk.
Jim White and Simon Jordan on Talksport. Mid-morning radio that's up for the job.
He spent £500 million to get precisely nowhere.
Concrete sports talk.
It really is incredible.
Rapid setting opinion.
You're not justifying it, but you're explaining it. It doesn't need an explanation.
Big names all bagged up.
Anthony Joshua, good afternoon.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Delivered tomorrow morning from 10 on Talksport by Selco Builders Warehouse. Check stock at your local branch. We've got it at selcobw.com.
It's a live and exclusive mega hit of massive May football on Talksport and Talksport 2. Takes a shot, brilliant save. Monday night, Sheffield United take on Bristol City in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg, live on Talksport. Oh, what about that? Tuesday night, Sunderland go up against Coventry in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg, live on Talksport. Brilliant goal! The EFL playoff, lucid, live and loud on Talksport and Talksport 2. Right, can someone come and host me down now, please?
High-octane football coverage.
That's it!
The League 2 playoff semi-finals.
Live on Talksport 2.
Plenty of drama so far in the playoffs. We expect nothing less, really, do we? Once more, it's into Colclough. Colclough in the box on his right foot. Brilliant shot. Excellent save from Simpkin. It's helped on its way once more at the feet of Taylor Allen. Is that a penalty? Yes, it is. Points to the spot immediately, Martin Coy. And it is a penalty for Walsall.
Mandeville, he went to ground earlier. He does not need to go to ground there. And it's late. There's contact there.
Taylor Allen, 10 goals to his name this season. We said he's a set-piece specialist. The Chesterfield fans in the home end away behind the goal will try and stop him, and Allen just drills it into the bottom corner. Never in doubt, sends the keeper the wrong way.
It's an excellent penalty, isn't it? Sending round boot the wrong way. But I've got to say, Paul Cook he'll be absolutely livid.
Gordon's still going here, pulls it back. McFadden clears it, comes out to Chang, hits it. A brilliant strike, low into the bottom corner from Alfie Chang. And there's trouble in the playoffs for the Spyrites. It is trouble indeed. Half-time here remains Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. The teams will be out shortly for the start of the second half, and obviously we are in playoff season. The games are coming thick and fast. Last night we brought you the other League 2 playoff semi-final first leg between Notts County and AFC Wimbledon here on Talksport 2. Wimbledon came out 1-0 winners, taking the advantage back to Plough Lane ahead of the second leg next Saturday lunchtime. And after the game, Talksport's Mark Wilson caught up with the Dons boss Johnny Jackson.
Johnny, what a fantastic game of football. What was it like from your point of view?
Do you know what? You try to enjoy these occasions because they can pass you by so quick, and you build them up, put so much pressure on it that sometimes you forget to enjoy it. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great game. Two good teams, evenly matched, and I enjoyed what my team done, the attitude that they showed, the way they dug in when they had to, moments of quality, scored a good goal, and then when we had to defend and got put under pressure, we done it.
A lot's made about your defensive record, but your team showed tonight, as a team, there were plenty of great efforts, but your keeper was fantastic, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. I mean, the save in the first half is unbelievable, to be honest. So, an example of their good play, and if you get it wrong, they can cut you open. That was probably one of the times that they did, and the keeper's come up with a big moment there. And other times, there was a couple of goal line clearances, goal saving tackles, but that's what you have to do. These games are always going to be tight and fiercely competitive and fine margins, and we've had some moments. They probably had more. You expect that coming here, that you're going to have to stand up to that, but we put it in the net and they didn't.
I was going to say, Riley, great time to get his first goal for you.
Yeah, it was. He was unlucky last week at Grimsby. Same sort of thing, header hits the bar, comes out, and Sam Hutchison gets the rebound. So it was nice that this one went in for him, because he's a threat in the box, and I want more goals from him and the other centre halves. And Jono's had a good effort where their keeper Bass has made an unbelievable save in the first half. So we looked to threat from set plays all night, and I'm pleased for Riley that he's finally got one.
You'll know it's not over yet, but you would have been delighted to take that lead home, won't you?
Yeah, of course. We come here to try and win. If you come here and you draw the game, it's still a decent result. So to get an advantage is obviously great. But it's half time. They're coming. They're going to put everything into the game. They're going to throw it on us. They've got quality. We've seen that tonight, that you have to be at your absolute very best defensively to get anything against these. So I expect more of the same next week. We'll have our threats. We'll have to suffer as well. But if we can defend and show the same attitude like we did tonight, it gives us a great chance.
And just a word on your fans, they were very noisy tonight.
Yeah,
they're going to have a part to play next week.
Of course they are. Yeah, I mean they was brilliant. Sell out for us, bringing that many numbers and the noise they made, and we're going to need them all next week, because you've seen the crowd, the hung crowd tonight, how partisan it is, and especially when you go out towards the Cop there, how noisy they get. But our fans were outstanding, and safe travels to them, and obviously we're going to need them again next week.
You got a glint in your eye. I get the feeling you've enjoyed it tonight.
I do. Yeah, this is why you do it. And I said that to my players before the game, to be involved in games like this that mean something, with jeopardy on it. That's why we play football. That's why I got into coaching and managing, to try and be involved in moments like this. So you have to try and enjoy it. Obviously, when you come out the right side of the result, then it makes it even nicer. But obviously, a long way to go.
Dons boss Johnny Jackson then speaking after their victory last night against Notts County in the first leg of that playoff game. A reminder, the second leg of that is live here on Talksport 2, Saturday, 12:30, Wimbledon against Notts County, to find out who gets that place at Wembley. And of course, on Friday night we'll have the second leg of this game here between Chesterfield and Walsall. We mentioned the Premier League scores too earlier, with West Ham getting a win against Manchester United, a victory as well for Crystal Palace over Spurs, and a full time at the City Ground between Nottingham and Leicester. It finished 2-2. Extraordinary scenes there, though, of the Nottingham Forest owner, Evangelos Marinakis. He went onto the pitch at full time to remonstrate with Nuno Espirito Santo after that 2-2 draw. Of course, in recent weeks he said he's going to step away from the club because of a clash with his other interests in the Champions League. Well, that might not be a problem, and maybe that's why Marinakis today was remonstrating. I mean, Chris Owelama, you've been in some dressing rooms. How often does the owner like to come down? And surely they should come to the dressing room, not on the pitch to have their say.
That's where it should happen, but even then, I was in the Wolves dressing room with Mick McCarthy. Steve Morgan comes in and has a proper go at the players. Nothing. You just see Mick standing behind the door getting redder and redder. He quickly followed him out that door, let me tell you that. I'm not too sure what was said in his own office, but I'm sure a few harsh words would have been said either way.
Indeed, with that race for the Champions League continues on Friday night on Talksport and Talksport 2. Villa against Spurs, huge game on Talksport 2 on Friday night. Chelsea against Manchester United is a Talksport exclusive. Both those games exclusive across the Talksport network on Friday night, which means, of course, this game between Walsall and Chesterfield when they meet at Bescott Stadium will be on the Talksport app as well. Everyone's out, ready to go. Same 11s for the start of the second half, and it's Chesterfield who get us underway. Kicking from left to right in this second 45 minutes. McFadden immediately launches the ball forward down that left-hand touchline, trying to pull the ball back towards the advancing Ola Kigby in the penalty area is Will Grigg, who won the header, and he's won his side a corner immediately at the start of the second half.
I think he has to release the ball or get the shot away there. Will Grigg, I think he's done really well to get in behind. He's getting his head up with the quality he's got as well. Just ask the question, Tommy Simpkin, is he alive just right at the start of the second half?
Here's the right-footed corner from that left-hand side, swung in towards the edge of the 6-yard area. Decent header away by Jamil Matt, who was back on defensive duty, and then Lewis Gordon takes the opportunity to give the ball back to Ryan Boot down in front of us here, the Chesterfield goalkeeper midway inside his own half. Chesterfield line-up, Boot is in goal, Mandeville, Palmer, McFadden and Gordon across the back, and then it's Fleck, Metcalfe and Naylor in midfield with Ola Kigby, Colclough and Grigg. The front line for Chesterfield. As for Walsall, it's Simpkin in goal. It's a Cagboy, Williams and Allen, the back three. The wing-backs are Simwe and Gordon, who won the penalty in the first half, and then Stirk and Chang, the scorer of Walsall's second goal, and then George Hall tucked alongside Jamie Jellis in behind Jamil Matt. It's Chesterfield who've started this second half brighter. We're 90 seconds in, and they still have possession down this right-hand side. Mandeville's cross is a brilliant one, and Simpkin makes a terrific save. The header coming in from Naylor was on target, and Simpkin with both hands palms it behind what will be a corner for Chesterfield.
Well, it's something we've never seen in the first half at all. A cross from deep. It's an excellent cross as well from Mandeville. Naylor attacked it, read the flight of the ball, got the direction on it as well. An excellent save from Tommy Simpkin.
Corner down the right-hand side, which Mandeville delivers, but the referee, Martin Coy, felt there was a bit too much pushing and shoving.
But it's urgency. Using the ball, the pass is quicker. And there you go. If there's no one there to contest it, put it in the box. Especially if we've got willing runners, and I've got to say Naylor will be there all the time. Metcalfe will be there all the time.
I was going to say Naylor's timing of that run was perfection.
Yeah.
Here's Mandeville towards that back post again. It's just half-headed clear, and Fleck's there to win it. Finds Gordon. Gordon under all sorts of pressure from Simwe.
He doesn't need to go back though. He can go first time back to Fleck where it came from there, and he takes two players out. I just don't understand. It's the easy option all the time. Lewis Gordon going back to goalkeeper. Keep the pressure on. You're under pressure there. Jamil Matt's chasing you. George Hall's there. But if you pass it and just brave, give it back to Fleck. He's comfortable. He's a good footballer. He'll receive it and tell him to turn. You take two players out in that Walsall attack.
Yeah, Paul Cook wasn't a happy man then, for sure. Turned away in disgust towards the dugout as that ball went straight out of play. Simwe's ball over the top. Oh, the chase is on here for Hall, and then slightly delayed flag. I thought Hall was coming from behind.
I thought he was on. It was just the linesman there, very, very slow with his flag.
You're listening to Talksport 2, your home of the EFL and your home, of course, of the playoffs between now and that Bank Holiday May weekend. All three finals live and exclusive to national radio on the Talksport network. The final glory of the season available, besides from the EFL. For some, the journey will end in the next 5 or 6 days as the second legs begin, of course, tomorrow night from the Championship. It really is a wonderful time of the year. Whoever says it's Christmas isn't telling the truth. It's playoff time. Here's Metcalfe, lovely raking ball to Colclough in a space down that left-hand side. Colclough picks it up. He's going to try and take on a Simwe, which he does on his right foot. He just steps away from goal rather than cutting across, maybe a little bit more positively. Fleck then gives it out to Lewis Gordon. Here's Naylor. Better movement from Chesterfield as well.
Yeah, and the right
rotation of players.
Yeah, look where they are in the pitch. Really forcing it forward. No, Ola Kigby's he's went inside. Mick Mandeville down this right hand side, but that was Colclough there. Like you say, as soon as he takes it away from Asimwe, then can you get towards goal? Can you take it across the 18-yard line?
Here's Fleck on halfway, giving it away to Jellis. Asimwe on that right hand side, charging forward, the hair flowing on that far touchline. Jellis wants it back in the middle. He does use Jellis. He goes again, Asimwe, down that left-hand side, but he was tracked by Fleck all the way. And in the end, McFadden will get it out and give it to Gordon on the edge of the penalty area. Gordon will go forward, edge of the centre circle. Picked up and spun around and turned on that time by Ola Kigby. Switch of play to the left-hand side. The bounce just does Colclough on that far side, and he tries to keep it in, which he does, but he's on the deck eating grass, and therefore it's picked up by Walsall.
Well, what I will say was a much better pass from Lewis Gordon, firing it through into the likes of Ola Kigby, who was central there. Mandeville gets the ball, and it is the right ball out to Colclough as well, but I think he's got to come and take it on the full. Don't let it bounce, don't wait for it. You come and take it on the full, then again you're not allowing the likes of Stark and Chang to get back into position. If you're taking it on the full, you're taking your first touch towards that defensive unit of Walsall.
Ball forward that time from Fleck, easily intercepted. Asimwe on that far side, on halfway, back inside to Chang, the scorer of the second goal, his first ever senior goal. Right-footed it forward from Harry Williams. That's a real lump forward that's picked up comfortably by Boot away to our left-hand side. 3 clean sheets in his last 5 games for Ryan Boot, but not today. Beaten comprehensively on both occasions for Walsall's goals, one from the spot and one from the edge of the penalty area. Fleck has it. McFadden, again the tempo's just dropped. Picked up by Palmer. Mandeville down this right hand side, goes early and goes long. Intercepted and won first time on the header by Taylor Allen, and then looked like it had gone out of play already, but unfortunately for Chesterfield it was Metcalf who had the final touch.
I just don't think he has to go and make the challenge here, Metcalf. Go and put pressure on Ryan Stark. He's not going anywhere. The ball's bouncing over his head every single time, so go and put pressure. Just make sure you're there, you work your feet better.
Wonder how long it will be before we see
yellow card
Armando Dobra, and a yellow card, yeah. And he then just turned around to the fourth official and said thanks for that. Dobra, of course, he is the Albanian, 24 years of age, 9 goals this season. He's been appeared since the 12th of April as Dobra, but he's absolutely key for them. Only 1 goal though in his last 15 appearances, but he does make a difference for Chesterfield, and he's amongst the substitutes today should Paul Cook feel he needs him. In the meantime, free kick for Walsall, midway inside their own half.
Yeah, there wasn't too much in it. I've got to say it's Alfie Chang, wasn't it? Just got across, got in front of his man, and felt a little bit of hand on the back from Tom Naylor, and goes to ground. But about 2-3 seconds after the contact was made, I think the referee had kind of played on, but then when he went to floor, called it back.
Simkin launches the free kick forward for the Saddlers as Walsall look to try and advance down that right hand side. It's flicked out of play again, and the 1,000 supporters in red on that far side show their appreciation because I know what's coming. I think I wonder if this is going to be launched in. Asimwe just leaving it for Harry Williams, who is curving his run here. At the moment, the only player in and around the goalkeeper is George Hall, but here come the likes of Jamil Matt, and it's Matt who gets the first header on. Comes to Allen on this near side, driven across by Sturg, and then outstretched right boot, that time of Naylor. Poked it almost goalwards, but behind and out for what will be a corner for Walsall on this near side.
Yeah, it's an excellent throw, isn't it? I've got to say, Jamil Matt done everything right there. If anything, read the flight of the ball. Can you kind of put it back from where it came? But let's say Ryan Stark with a shot, not really the best connection. I think just Tom Naylor just has to work his feet a little bit better. Just wrap the foot around it and clear it away rather than put it out for a corner.
And again, we're seeing Martin Coy get involved at the back post, which is where Walsall have stationed most of their players. I think Carl McFadden is the one who's being spoken to this time by referee Coy. Here's the delivery. Jamie Jellis will be the man who's going to swing this in from this near side for Walsall. There's arguments about the quadrant, so he's being made just to move it, so it's in the shadow. And in fact, he's put it all the way back inside. That wastes a few more seconds. I think Jamie Jellis' argument is he's doing it, the ball's just moving. Here comes that corner then. Jellis to deliver. Right-footed he does towards the back post. Good header away by Naylor, who's in the thick of the action of the start of this second half. Now a chance maybe for Mandeville, and he's just pumped it forward down the middle rather than angling the ball towards where Ola Kigbe was about to run.
Well, he doesn't need to pump the ball at all. I think he just has to drive forward with it. And like you say, it'd be like 3v3 then. I just don't understand why he's putting the foot through it. It's a nothing ball in behind. It's only going to go to Walsall.
That's a foul, surely. Yes, it is in the end. Jamil Matt, I think, thought he was getting away with that for a moment, but he does haul McFadden to the ground. And on the far side, Chesterfield have taken the free kick very quickly. Here's Naylor. Infield it goes to Jensen Metcalf. Metcalf will just spin it out wide to this right-hand side to Mandeville once more. Goals against Carlisle, Bradford. Amongst those that Mandeville's added this season, 4 in total. Didn't score his first of those till the 11th of March. So he's had a good last couple of months as Liam Mandeville. Can play midfield or right back. He's right back today, and Cole Clough now has it on that far side. Here's Gordon, left-footed ball, clipped back across, comes to Mandeville, who strikes it, and it's palmed away. Mandeville's effort has come out to the edge of the penalty area again. Chesterfield still on the attack. It was an excellent strike from Mandeville. Towards the byline again, clipped towards the back post. This time it's picked up by Naylor. Naylor across the face of goal. Everyone misses it, and that's going to go out. There's appeals for a handball, but the offside flag is up, and it will be a free kick for Walsall.
Yes,
what a strike from Mandeville.
Yeah, fantastic. Great quality. And it all came from just Ryan Colclough running and rolling his man and getting into that wide area, and then Lewis Gordon taking responsibility and having a little overlap, getting inside. Great little dink as well from Lewis Gordon. Mandeville watching it all the way. Great technique, just comes round the ball with the right foot. I don't think Tommy Simpkin really knew too much about it, but just a reaction save with his right hand.
No, fired very much straight at him. It's going to be a free kick for Walsall away to our right hand side. We've had 11 and a half minutes of this second half. You're listening to Talksport 2, your home of the EFL and in particular the playoffs. And here we are on to game number 5 of those playoffs. Oh, that's a good run that time from Hall. Hall's done well. He's just sprinted past a static Chesterfield defence and got to the byline. Keeps the ball alive. A Simwe on that far side. Given back. And on the right foot of Akagboy, clips the ball over the top, but no danger there for Chesterfield. And out of play, what will be a goal kick away to our left.
Well, it's poor defending. From a Tommy Simpkin goal kick, the ball bounces. Surely it should be met on the full, and it's only Josh Hall of Walsall that's actually saying that ball's going to bounce. It's going to bounce behind the defensive line, and he actually, to be fair, if he turns inside and goes towards goal, he's going to get an opportunity, but he takes it with the outside of his right and goes away from goal.
And Jamie Grimes is warming up down below. He's an experienced head, of course, 34 years of age, formerly at Swansea, Cheltenham, Macclesfield. Likes a goal against Walsall as well, scored against them in February. And in the EFL Cup a few seasons back as well, as that ball's pumped into the arms of Tommy Simpkin away to our right-hand side, who gathers it quite comfortably inside his own penalty area. So Grimes certainly warming up down below to our left-hand side, but then there's 5 of the Chesterfield subs who've taken the moment to come out, one of those being Armando Dobra. And no surprise that Tommy Simpkin taking his time over this clearance from away to our right-hand side. Oh, bounces again, and a second time it bounces, and there's a bit of shirt pulling going on there, and yeah, I think Jamie Jellis is going to get penalised for that. A little too physical maybe.
But the ball's bouncing there because it's John Fleck. He's not going to put his head through the ball, so it's the likes of Naylor, who's beside him, has to come and dominate, or that information has to come from behind. McFadden has to come onto that. That ball shouldn't bounce there. Just takes out the whole defensive unit of Chesterfield.
Alfie Chang has gone down. This is going to be treatment for him, and Walsall are going to regather themselves away to our right-hand side. conversation from Liam Mandeville with the Chesterfield boss Paul Cook about how the second half has gone. I mean, they've been much better in this second half so far, but it's in fits and starts, really.
Well, you're saying better. I think there's a little bit more urgency in the pass, but they've not really, I think other than the Mandeville shot, they've not really, it's not that quality isn't really there from wide areas. That decision making in the 18-yard box has to be better still. I think Naylor had an opportunity as well. He took one down at the back and he's fired it across. I think he's got to go for goal. Why is he trying to pick someone out or be the hero himself?
As he's hoping for a deflection, but you're playing guesswork there.
Yeah, but go for goal if you can.
Words of a seasoned striker. Just go for goal wherever you are. Almost an hour played. 0 to Chesterfield, 2 to Walsall. Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. And a reminder that League One playoff semi-final, first leg coming up once we're done here today. Wycombe against Charlton. That should be an absolute cracker. Charlton in terrific form heading into the playoffs. They visit Wycombe 6:30. That gets underway here on Talksport 2 tonight. Fury banging of the ground from Tom Naylor, who felt he was fouled then just outside the Walsall penalty area by Harry Williams, but no interest from the referee, much to his frustration.
Yeah, I think you look at the player's reaction there. I think there was contact. I've got to say referee Martin Coy did have a clear view.
Simpkin eventually hurries this one up a little more, over halfway. Matt goes up and wins the header, good flick on as well. Jellis tries to chase onto it, but Gordon will intercept. It's back with McFadden midway inside his own half, and he'll look to build again from this right hand side with the ball out to the chest of Mandeville, in towards the feet of Metcalfe, on loan from Norwich. 4 appearances only for Metcalfe for the under-21s at Everton. And now on this near side, he'll ping the ball out wide to this right-hand side, Mandeville again. Mandeville rightfully goes early into the box this time, and he was looking maybe to try and find the head of Naylor. In the end, it's half cleared, and Asimwe picks it up, and now on its way from Alfie Chang, who looks to have recovered from whatever problem Manny needed to hit the deck a few minutes ago. And all very comfortable still for Walsall at the back. They lead 2-0, and we've got 61.5 minutes on the clock. Short to McFadden, left-hand side, just short of halfway. Helped on its way out to that far touchline, where it's picked up and controlled this time by Fleck, experienced Fleck. McFadden out wide to this right-hand side again. Mandeville seems to be the route for Chesterfield. The chase is on. Olakikpe's after it, right by the corner flag, but it's really well defended again by Taylor Allen, who's having some season. 11 goals with that penalty today. And again, now he's just pumped the ball forward. There's no outlet for Walsall, is there?
Yeah, there's nothing at all. I think Taylor Allen, quality defensively. He's switched on, he's communicating, he's anticipating it, he's driving forward, he's getting those interceptions. But then surely that's part of the game as well. If there's no pressure on, you can't just kick it into the Chesterfield half and there's not a Walsall player there. Surely it's about looking inside. I guess he's probably getting drilled into him. Don't take any chances, but you've still got to try and have some sort of, portion of possession in the game. Keep the ball when it's on. Stark and Chang are always wanting the ball, so bounce it into them to get it back, and that'll then give Matt that opportunity to kind of stretch it a little bit.
Brandon Comley is going to come on to replace Alfie Chang. He's only made one appearance since the middle of March. That was against Barrow. But Comley coming on, so clearly that issue for Chang means he's having to be withdrawn. And it'll be like-for-like replacement.
Yeah, that's it. I think you've got to come on, have a little bit more legs, but you're not going anywhere. You're just sat in front of that defensive unit, protect, listen to the instruction. Can you go and press? Can you go intercept? But you stay right there.
Well, you're listening to Chesterfield versus Walsall in the EFL playoffs, live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Enjoy a tasty night in, delivered to your door with Muck Delivery, as McFadden gets it away on this near side, and Olakikpe just tumbles to the ground as he tries to keep that in on this near touchline. Put it out for a throw to Walsall midway inside, or about 10 yards actually inside their own half. And it's going to be Allen. In fact, no, he's leaving it for Williams. They're going to go and try and gain some territorial advantage down this near touchline, as Williams hurls it kind of 50-60 yards, headed away by Ash Palmer, and another throw.
Game's gone very, very flat, you know, and I think, yeah, okay, Chesterfield are at home, but they have to kind of showcase something. They have to give the fans something to shout about, and they're not doing that at all.
No, very quiet around us. It was raucous throughout the most of that first half. Little shove in the back is penalised. Jamil Matt again on the receiving end of the referee's whistle, so it's a free kick which is taken for Chesterfield down this right-hand side. Now, here's Mandeville. The cries of "Come on, Mandy" around us. That must be his nickname, I assume. Right-footed ball infield, picked up by Palmer, onto McFadden again, then wide to the left-hand side. Lewis Gordon picks it up as a delivery truck in the distance passes by right by the far corner of the stadium here.
Oh my goodness.
That's a dreadful ball. Right-footed ball from Metcalf was awful.
But even if he gets the ball, Adam, he's got there's nowhere for him to go. Mandeville there, he's getting marshalled very, very well. We've got to see Liam Gordon's right in his face. So I need Metcalf to actually, maybe sometimes, can he go advance? Can he get himself up beside a Naylor and create that space? Or try and just, they've got to try and influence and manipulate the Walsall players in and around that central. They're just sitting protecting the defensive unit, and at the minute it's all in front of them and they're very, very comfortable.
Yep, it's very flat here.
Yep.
Not a flat at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. Gakpo and Diaz on target in the space of 2 minutes for the champions, and all of a sudden Arsenal out of the Champions League. And they look like they could be losing a grip on second spot as well, with Newcastle and Man City breathing down their necks. We are going to see the change for Chesterfield. It will be Armando Dobra, the Albanian, who will come on for the home side. But in the meantime, a free kick here for Walsall for a foul on Jellis by Will Grigg. I mean, we talked about how important Will Grigg would be. We haven't seen him in the game, have we?
No, he's had a couple of little moments, but you know, doesn't have that mobility anymore, but picks up great little positions. And Ola Kigbe coming off, and that was one that I wouldn't have been surprised if that change was made at half time. But like you say, Amanda Dobra, you know what he's about.
We do. Signed from Ipswich, 2022. Likes a tackle, 12 yellow cards so far this season. But he has been absent, as I mentioned earlier, since the 12th of April. But he's back on for Chesterfield and looking to inspire them as we approach the midway point of this second half, live here on Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. Asimwe on that far side does well. Asimwe still with ball at feet. A little bit of help he got from Jellis that time. Helped on his way by Comley. Now wide down this left-hand side. That pass from Taylor Allen was too far ahead of Liam Gordon, and it'll be a throw for Chesterfield. Taken short to Palmer. Mandeville. He's now got some company down this right-hand side in the form of Dobra, as we said. Work being done on the far side. Lewis Gordon under pressure from Jellis inside his own penalty area. Gives it short to McFadden. Edge of the box. Oh, poor pass out that time from Gordon. Jellis picks up the loose ball. Asimwe, they've gone back inside their own half here, Walsall, so the punishment not too severe on this occasion for Chesterfield. In short it goes to Stirk. Turns inside the centre circle. Then puts ball out wide to this left-hand side where Liam Gordon is waiting. He's got the ball at feet. He's taking on Mandeville. Liam Gordon with an early ball across the box, and it goes skimming past the 6-yard area. Jamil Matt's probably about 3 or 4 yards away from it, and he was the only one from Walsall inside the box.
Yeah, but it's better from Walsall now regaining possession outside the Chesterfield 18-yard box and keeping the ball very well. Ryan Stott, great quality in the middle, little bounce with the centre back, getting it back and then going out to Gordon this side. It's an excellent ball in from Gordon in between the last defender and goalkeeper as well. One for Jamil Matt. If you know your wide player, you know your player, can you be there? You know, can you break your neck to get on the end of that and make some sort of contact?
Well, the biggest second leg comeback in this division is 2 goals, and kind of means Chesterfield could do with one here. Grigg actually gets a touch on the ball this time, but then gives away possession immediately on that far side. Colclough was the player he was searching out, but it was picked up by Walsall, cleared as far as halfway. Metcalf's there, back into the feet of Palmer. Palmer over halfway, first chance here for Dobra. Ball at feet, Sturk's on him, Dobra spins, does well. Still going here, Dobra. Not made much advantage in terms of territory, but picks out a really good ball to Lewis Gordon. And then Cole Clough on that far side. Edge of the box on his right foot. Comes out to Fleck. Fleck edge of the penalty area, left-hand side. Back from Gordon. Cole Clough on his right foot. Can he sting the hands of Simpkin again in this game? Chance may be. Now down the right-hand side. He's driven in by Mandeville after good work from Naylor. And they've suddenly got themselves a corner.
Yeah, better quality as well. Cole Clough right at the heart of that as well. Firing it into Naylor. That brave pass forward. Takes a okay touch. I think he can get a little bit more communication from the right-hand side from Mandeville.
Here is Mandeville. Lifting a ball towards that back post, headed down, off the crossbar, and Simpkin combining. In fact, he's hit the crossbar twice. It'll be another corner. It was Palmer's header, and somehow Walsall have kept that ball out.
Well, he's so aggressive with it, Palmer, isn't it? I think it took a little bit of a nick before it came to Simpkin. The ball did, the kind of trajectory of the ball did move, but he got a little hand to it to push it up and over onto the top of the crossbar.
Mandeville again to deliver, this time from the left-hand side. Right-footed in-swinger towards that back post, headed out. Again well by the skipper, Jamil Matt, defending. Here's Gordon out wide to that far side. Right-footed ball coming in once more from Mandeville, you feel. He's just combined nicely that time with Dobra. Mandeville, right-footed, swung to the back post, headed back across once more by Palmer. Comes to nobody, edge of the penalty area. McFadden helps it on towards Grigg. Half cleared. McFadden goes down again inside the area. A handball is given against Dobra inside the box by the referee, and it's a free kick for Walsall inside their penalty area.
Well, I've got to say, it's an excellent ball from Mandeville to Palmer there, and look at him, he's shaking, he's not happy at all. Palmer putting the ball right back across. That's where someone has to just break the net, get there, make that distance up. Because if you do, I've got to say, Simpkins already came to the near post. He's completely out of the game. You've got an open goal if you attack it.
Simpkin down again. I think this time the referee's saying no treatment. There will be a free kick for Walsall inside that box. And now the referee coming over to this near side. And I think something may have been thrown from the home supporters towards the Walsall goal. While Simpkin was down, the referee making a note of it. And is calling over some of the safety officials. So certainly something has been thrown from the stand behind Simpkin's goal.
Simpkin's holding his head, isn't he?
Referee Martin Coy on top of the situation. Stewards as well being reinforced away to our right-hand side, but we don't like to see that.
No.
And free kick is Walsall's, edge of the box. Away to our right-hand side. 18 minutes remaining, plus time to be added on. What have Chesterfield got? Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. Live on Talksport 2. Good work that time. He's working hard there, Brandon Comley, to try and win the ball back under pressure from Tom Naylor. And the foul is given on that far side. And it will be a free kick for Chesterfield. Taken by Gordon, short. McFadden. Square to Ash Palmer, who's been in the thick of the action for the last few minutes. All picked up by Mandeville. Happy to play it around. We know they like that possession. They have it deep inside their own half. Pressure coming from Jamil Matt and also there from Hall. Little charge through the middle by Metcalf, who's fouled by Hall in the process.
Yeah, it's better though, better. He sees the space, drives in the middle of both his opposing midfielders there, but he's trying to make something happen. This is what I expected to see right from the get-go from Chesterfield. Now,
I was going to say, it's one of the things you don't see, isn't it? There isn't. When they do pick the ball up, they would rather go sideways. No one actually wants to drive forward.
Yeah, but if it's getting drilled into you, you've got to remember, I think you already alluded to it, is it 41 different players?
Yep.
Choose this, so he's drilling that message, keep possession of the ball, it's all about. But that's one of Metcalf's qualities. He's got that power, that athleticism. He can drive through the heart of a midfield.
Mandeville's ball forward was looking for Will Grigg. It was easily cleared by Allen. Here's Metcalf again, driving through the centre circle this time. That's better as the ball's taken off the toes of Armando Dobra for Walsall. And they pick up possession again with Simpkin, who launches forward over halfway. Looking for Jamil Matt. It's bounced once, helped on his way towards Hall. Matt just getting the better that time of Ash Palmer. Now down this left-hand side, it's Liam Gordon. Liam Gordon Shows a little first turn of pace, but then he's just slowed down as he comes across Mandeville and just teases in with a left and a right, and then goes back into Sturck, who's a little more of the ball in this second half, in towards Hall. Ball's being held all the time there by Palmer, and Mandeville in the end, after the challenge from Hall, is forced back to the keeper. We're going to see another change here for Walsall this time, and the referee's going to talk to George Hall, nothing more. And Jamil Matt is departing, and it's going to be Levi Amanchi, who replaced in the starting 11 today, who's coming on.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jamil Matt, and you can see, he's tired, he's put a shift in, but he's still winning every single ball that's getting kicked up to him. And if he's not winning it, he's not allowing his opposing defenders to win it at all. You know, it's playing a massive part. But then you look at who's coming on as well. You know, I think that presence, that athleticism as well, Amanchi as well. Yeah, he's an absolute unit of a man. So again, can he come on and pose the same problems?
Well, Charlie Lakin's coming on as well. He's going to replace Sturck from the middle of the park for Walsall. Charlie Lakin, son from Burton, of course. Star of the season. And he's on 25-year-old, 37th appearance, 7th as a sub this season for Charlie Lakin. And we're into the last 15 minutes here. You listen to Talksport 2. It's your home of the EFL playoffs, all the drama, all the excitement. And at this moment in time, it's drama for Chesterfield because they're 2 down at home against Walsall. And at the moment, we're still in search, with 1 game to go, of a home win in the first leg of these playoff games. Obviously, we won't know how important home advantage is until we get to the second legs, but at this moment in time, the away teams are doing a terrific job. 1 draw, of course, yesterday lunchtime in a belter of a game between Leyton Orient and Stockport. That finished 2-2. Everywhere else, the away team has had the advantage so far. 1 more game to come tonight, of course, before we complete the first legs. Wickham against Charlton. That's here on Talksport 2 in just under an hour and a half's time. They have possession here in the middle of the park to Chesterfield. Jensen Metcalf has it, puts it out wide to the left. Lewis Gordon, he's seen lots of the ball in this game for Paul Cook's side. Shifting it to this right-hand touchline. Mandeville on the charge. He gets it into the feet of Dobra. He just turns it round the corner. Finds Metcalf again. 35, 40 yards out from goal. Dobra, right for the ball, played it early. Headed away that time by a Cagboy. And it's as far on this near side as Ash Palmer. Amanchi, the substitute, immediately trying to close down Palmer and make a nuisance of himself. McFadden into the feet of Metcalf again, and Fleck is in a good position if he chooses to use him. Goes to Gordon instead. Fleck advances down that far touchline where he's joined by Colclough, who loses out to Asimwe, and Asimwe does brilliantly. Good tackle, and then clips the ball away on that far side, but straight into
just
touch.
Not moving the ball quick enough, Chesterfield, and they're going through every player. That's when you don't have to, Mandeville, you don't have to fire it into Metcalf. You can fire it straight into Fleck, you know, or go straight out wide. Every player has to touch the ball, and it's just so slow. Very, very easy for Walsall just shuffle across, communicate, and I'd say they have been comfortable.
Well, Dobra's gone down here, and it's going to get some treatment. There's another couple of changes coming for Chesterfield. I think Paul Cook just having a word. Dylan Duffy is going to be one of those. And Bim Peppel, the other, who's on loan from Luton. Never made a senior appearance for Luton, but he was at Southend until the 1st of January. He scored 10 goals for them there.
Yeah, very direct. Very direct end product as well. That's exactly what you want. Take the players on. Can they get in behind? Shots on goal. Crosses coming in. That's exactly what you want.
Then we're going to have the free kick first, though. Mandeville swings that in. Doesn't beat the first man, which is Taylor Allen, who gets up with a really good header. It's Gordon.
No, don't come back.
It's closed down by the presence of Charlie Lakin. Colclough on that far side. Slips the ball on. McFadden at the byline. Tries to get the crossover. Doesn't win his side the corner, so it's a goal kick. And it will be a double substitution. And Paul Cook again, he's already been booked, but just questioning the 4th official as to that decision. And Colclough is going to be the first player to depart for Dylan Duffy. Duffy, 2 goals since joining in January. Former Shamrock Rovers man. He was doing the business for Lincoln. when he was picked up by Chesterfield, and the other change, as we mentioned, we'll see the introduction of the Canadian Bim Peppel, and he's going to come on and he will replace Tom Naylor in midfield. So fresh legs for Chesterfield as the clock ticks down in this first leg, and Bim Peppel is on. Let's see if that changes any shape at all from Chesterfield. I don't think it will. Looks like he's just got to sit in that midfield as we kick down towards just over 10 minutes.
Yeah, there was some instruction coming on from Danny Webb to Ash Palmer there, but it was passing a message on.
We just wonder if maybe we're going to see Peppel play a little further forward alongside Will Grigg, maybe, but we'll see how it pans out. He's out on this right hand side at the moment, with Dobra's taking up that position. Chesterfield have it inside their own half. They've had it as they have for so much of this game. Plenty of possession, but as yet not troubling the scorers with 10 to go. Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. McFadden again on that left hand side.
75% possession in Chesterfield's favour, and they've had 3 shots this second half.
Here's McFadden again, 10 yards short of halfway. Pressure from Hall continuing. Amanchi now joining in the fun as he closes down Palmer. And McFadden is going all the way back to Boots inside their own penalty area. Pressure again from Jellis, and here's McFadden again. He's seen so much of the ball. Carl McFadden, the 38-year-old, he's got the experience as he puts the ball forward. It's a foul from Lakin. Mandeville with the diagonal to the far side. Header won first time on that far side by Duffy, and it will be a throw to Chesterfield, level with the edge of the Walsall penalty area, as they look just to try and... Oh, it's another change here first, as I imagine it's a double change for Walsall, and George Hall's coming off. Albert Adoma is going to be coming on, and I think we're also going to see the introduction potentially of Josh Gordon, maybe. And it is a departure for Jamie Jellis as Jordan comes on as well. And George Hall's off too. The experience of Albert Adoma, semi-finalist in the playoffs with Borough back in 2015. Championship playoff final winner with Aston Villa in 2019, having been a loser the year before. First played in League Two back in 2008 for Barnet, Albert Adoma. Plenty of experience coming on for Walsall. Here alongside the other substitute, Josh Gordon. Another player they signed from Burton back in the summer. 8 minutes to go here. Chesterfield leading, Chesterfield trailing, should I say, by 2-0.
Yeah, I think Matt Sadler will be absolutely delighted. I think it's the team performance to go out very comfortable not having the ball, which is it's a hard thing to do in football, but they've been switched on. Yeah, they've conceded a couple of opportunities this second half, but for a majority of it been very, very comfortable, and to be fair, used it, seen a little bit more of the ball as well, and used it well.
Don't forget Wickham against Charlton coming up 6:30 tonight here on Talksport 2. McFadden's put his keeper boot in all sorts of trouble there under the pressure from Amanchi. And then Adoma, but it's back with Boot again, and well, just got out of jail there, Chesterfield.
I just don't understand why they're going back to goalkeeper anyway, when the likes of a Metcalf's there, a Flex there, that you can actually put it through and take out 3 Walsall players. It just makes no sense why that forward pass doesn't happen more often than not, because they're quality technicians. They're very, very comfortable in possession of the ball. They just need to be a little bit braver, that decision making.
Mandeville looked like he got the better of Adoma, but the referee pulled it back for the initial foul from Adoma. Much to the frustration of Paul Cook. Down that left-hand side, there's Gordon. He's got his arms stretched out right now. Cook just trying to encourage his players to get forward. Here's Mandeville. Oh, he's giving it away straight to Lakin. Lakin wins it on this near side, runs it straight into touch. Be another throw for Chesterfield down this right-hand side. Just over 6 minutes to go, plus added time. Walsall leading by 2-0. We are back in the Championship playoffs tomorrow night on Talksport. We'll be live at Bramall Lane, 8 o'clock kickoff. Sheffield United against Bristol City. Sheffield United 3 up from that first leg, of course, at Ashton Gate on Thursday evening, and then on Tuesday night we're at the Stadium of Light, and it will be advantage Sunderland when the game kicks off. They lead Coventry 2-1 after the first leg at the CVS Arena. And those first two ties, the first of these second legs to be held, and the winners, of course, will be at Wembley on the 24th of May. Good foot in that time from inside the penalty area by Cagboy. Throw on the far side for Chesterfield. Level with the edge of the penalty area, just run out of play by Gordon, and it will be a throw on that far side for Walsall with just over 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, they're trying to play that ball forward into Pepple, but like you say, Cagboy there marshalling them very, very well. But you know, when even Gordon there, I don't understand. Sometimes you need to take a touch. Just put it in the box. You just want an end product, something to attack. You've got some physicality in the 18-yard box now. Use it.
Well, I said to you, we haven't seen Will Grigg, but what service is he?
Well, that's it. You know, he's had a couple of little moments, a couple of nice little touches, but if you're not going to receive the service from back to front, here we go.
So 3 and 3 so far. Here's a Manchi with a shot, saved by Boot. Fires it over. And Manchi from the edge of the penalty area. That left foot shot of his, and it's a corner.
Well, I've got to say, Boot had a little worry, a little bit of concern there, because he's taking it with two hands, but then there's too much power in the shot to keep hold of it. But if he was any further from goal, that's just dropping into his own goal there.
Sneaks over the crossbar from Ryan Boot. Walsall fans are on their feet again, and well, no surprise, they've made the journey probably down the M6 and across, or maybe up and across, who knows which way they've come, but it's been worthwhile so far for the 1,000 on the far side. Could it get even better here? And it comes out, it's headed back across the face of goal that time by a Cagboy. Again, Hall gives it short. Here's a Simwe. Lovely from a Simwe inside the box, doing brilliantly. Just holds it up again for Allen on that left foot of his. Here's Lakin, edge of the penalty area. Lakin goes back to Gordon. A Simwe again, far edge of the penalty area on his right foot. Then his left. He goes towards the byline, gets to the byline. He's stopped out there by Gordon on that far side. Now Allen with his left-footed ball, too much on that. Way over the top of the bar. And that'll be a goal kick for Chesterfield. But again, you just feel like there's been more opportunities there for Walsall than we've seen from Chesterfield.
Yeah, 100%. And you look at the amount of football that they've had there. Simwe, fantastic post control as well. But if you're a Manchi in the box, you're sitting thinking, look, I'm 6'4". Put the ball in the box. Give me something to go and attack.
Michael Jacobs is coming on, and Jack Sparks is going to enter the fray too for Chesterfield, and he's coming on in place of Lewis Gordon. Final couple of changes. Sparks again returning from injury on loan from Peterborough. Last appearance was on the 11th of March, but he's back today, Sparks. And again, here's Boots to try and clear. 2.5 minutes plus added time.
They're right though. They're right. What we're hearing from the fans.
What did they say? I missed it.
They'll kick it.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
It was fairly basic, I suppose. Yeah. Now they're on the charge. Here's Grigg inside the penalty area. Spins and turns on the left edge of it. Gives it back. Left-footed ball swung over. Headed away by Gordon. Down to Mandeville again. Can he shoot? Goes on his right foot inside the box. He's closed down immediately by Lakin, who does well. Lovely turn. Left-footed ball over for Mandeville. Towards that back post. Bounces a couple of times. Edges out towards the edge of the box. Here's Sparks. Left-footed ball clipped over, and Simpkin will gather it. And again, it's just a lack of opportunity to fire goalwards, but Pepple, I think, was trying to get a first shot away. But
yeah, but Mandeville takes a touch at the corner of the 18-yard box. He has so much time he can put a cross in. He allows his opposing player to come up and get in his face. And there, Michael Jacobs has just come on. He's around about the 12 yards from goal there, and the ball's bouncing. Go put the foot through it. Doesn't matter if there's bodies in front of you. Go and try and hit the target.
Here's a chance maybe for Gordon. And here he comes. Josh Gordon just spins and turns, and he's beaten to it this time. And now that clip down this right-hand side. Right, an opportunity possibly here for Pepple. No, he's snuffed out at the edge of the penalty area. And Walsall will clip it down this near touchline, and it's clipped by Liam Gordon, and it will be a throw-in, which Mandeville will take short.
Yeah, great defending there. Now Taylor Allen and Harry Williams have a real good understanding there. To be fair, it wasn't a great ball to Bim Peppel there, but he's trying to make the most of it. He's made the first contact, but they have a great understanding. Allen just gets in, blocks the run, and like you say, Harry Williams just comes through.
Wednesday night on Talksport 2, more playoff action for you. Second leg of Stockport against Leyton Orient, sitting 2-2 as things stand after that pulsating first leg yesterday lunchtime, and one of the worst offside decisions I think I've seen in a very long time. Thursday night, Charlton against Wickham, first leg of that coming up at 6:30 tonight. And then we'll finish this game Friday night on the Talksport app at Bescott Stadium. 8 o'clock start, will be on air from 7:45. McFadden to the left-hand side. And again, he's waiting for the ball to come back to him, but it's with Jensen Metcalf, and then helped on its way to Dobra, who's not really had a chance to get into the game too much. That's better. Left-footed ball swung towards the back post. Header down, saved by Simpkin on the line. And the header from Bim Peppel. And Simpkin goes down low to his left-hand side. It was a brilliant jump by Peppel. It was a terrific cross in as well from Dylan Duffy, right into the danger zone. And Simpkin, who's made a few good saves today, pulls off another.
Yeah, he was down onto it, wasn't it? Yeah, it was an excellent ball from Duffy, wasn't it? I've got to say, Peppel read the ball, probably got a little bit too high over the ball, so when he's headed it into the ground, took a little bit of pace out. I think you've got to go for goal on the full there.
We're into 5 added minutes at the end of this game. We've had about 40 seconds already. Here's Metcalf, just gets away from Adoma, then slips. Adoma's back in. Lakin will try and pick up the loose ball, which he does. He finds Comley. I think there's a problem there, is there, for Metcalf. No, he's just rubbing his right shin. Maybe nicked a little by Adoma, but the free kick's been given. Mandeville will take, and no surprise that Ash Palmer is now making his way forward. Mandeville's going to try and load this towards the edge of the penalty area. Bim Peppel's already got 5 goals since he joined on loan from Luton, as I mentioned. He got 10 earlier on in the season when he was at Southend as well in the National League. Good knock down by Palmer. Comes towards Duffy at the edge of the penalty area, but he couldn't quite work it. Peppel then wins it nicely. Comes out to the edge of the box, left-hand side. Left-footed ball swung in once more by Jacobs, taken down in the box. Chance to hit the shot. Palmer does. Across the face of goal, and it's cleared away again by Walsall whenever they get into that danger zone. And Sparks on that far side was just trying to again load a ball into the penalty area for them. Now an opportunity down this right-hand side for Chesterfield. 3 minutes remaining. Right-footed ball. Mandeville gets it across to that far side. Once more, it's gathered up by Duffy. Duffy's got the ball at his feet on that far touchline, swings it over towards the back post, and again it's going to be cleared away by Liam Gordon. But also, in fact, he lets it run out of play for what will be a throw-in on this near side.
Yeah, it's fantastic quality. Liam Gordon, good experience there. I've got to say, Dylan Duffy's come on. It's end product, isn't it? Now he's asking that question, and behind he's understanding when he has to come from outside to in, but he's trying to be expansive. Always an outlet, always wants the ball, but when he gets it, one thing in mind, can he put the ball in the box?
Throwing down this left-hand side for Walsall, midway inside their own half. They lead 2-0 in the first leg of this playoff semi-final in League 2. Reminded the other tie, Wimbledon have the advantage heading into the second leg. Looks like both the away teams will be in front. As I mentioned, still searching for a home win in the first leg of these playoffs. 2-goal deficit has been turned over, of course. Crewe did it last year. You and I watched Crewe get beaten 2-0 by Doncaster, and then second leg they won 2-0 and ended up winning on penalties. Can be done. It's been done 3 times. Northampton did it in 2020 and Preston did it back in 1994. And again,
I just don't think Jesse would have thrown everything at this game to try and get that one goal. Makes a massive difference taking it into the second fixture.
Matt Sadler very comfortable in his technical area. Isn't there too much to say? And his team have done exactly what he asked of them today. They've responded excellently to the missing out on automatic promotion last Saturday. Bradford stealing third spot, of course, in the 96th minute of their win over Fleetwood Town. And no surprise, Tommy Simpkin taking an absolute age over this free kick. We've only got a minute of added time remaining here in North Derbyshire. A disappointing afternoon for the 10,000 who've packed in, well, apart from the 1,000 Walsall fans on that far side. They'll regather at the Bescott Stadium on Friday night. We'll be live on the Talksport app, so make sure whoever your provider is of apps, get it downloaded now, and we'll bring you what could be a full-on evening. Chesterfield can maybe get things going a little more. Right for the ball swung out to this near side from Mandeville, but nowhere near it in the end from Dobra. I expect we might see him in the starting 11, and well, I'd argue from the 10 minutes we've seen at Duffy, he might get a start as well.
Well, I say that. I think Dobra just doesn't look up to speed to me. I think he's the way that he moves. He's really so much more athletic as well. Tenacious, isn't he? But he's not really shown that.
He's got another week to get ready, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's fair point.
Tommy Simpkin with a goal kick away to our right hand side then. Once more taking an age. Martin Coy stands at the edge of the centre circle and he puts his whistle to his lips, and it's the 1,000 Walsall fans on the far side of the stadium who start to celebrate. Those around us will pile out of the SMH Group Stadium here in Chesterfield, disappointed by the performance from Paul Cook and his side, but all credit to Matt Sadler and his Walsall team, putting the disappointment of defeat last weekend in their quest for finishing third. Of course, they did beat Crewe, but Bradford's victory against Fleetwood meant there was the playoffs for them, despite holding that 12-point lead back in January. And they performed well today against a below-par Chesterfield side, and they'll take a 2-0 advantage to the Bescott Stadium on Friday night. Chris Uwelemo, all in all, you have to, in any performance like this, you have to look at the positives from the team that have won, and probably the negatives for the team that have lost, and it's a combination of both, isn't it? Walsall played very well and did a job, but actually Chesterfield made it quite easy for them.
No, they did. I've got to say, I think Matt Sadler will be absolutely delighted. I think setting them up, not to have too much to the ball. And to be fair, they had probably more quality with it in the second half. Got their goals, but like you say, defended well, communicated well, took responsibility, and they'll be absolutely delighted. But it'll be the same message going to the players: the job's not done yet, be switched on, we have to go and do the same again. And I think they will set up the exact same way. Chesterfield have to come at the game, and that's what I was so surprised about. The last 20 minutes of this game, they're 2-0 down, full often at it. Palmer, go up, stay up, try and influence the game, do something different that's going to create an opportunity that you can get a goal. One goal changes the full game. It changes the team talk, the game plan for next week, and also it can influence this game as well. They haven't done enough today, Chesterfield, and you're looking at possession, 75% possession, 4 shots on target, and 3 of them came in the second half.
The goals all came in the first half for Walsall. Liam Gordon taken down by Mandeville, the penalty dispatched by Taylor Allen for his 11th of the season, and then the second goal, Alfie Chang from the edge of the penalty area, cutting a ball into the bottom corner for his first senior goal. And I think you sum it up really, don't you? 75% possession. Yes, Simpkin made 2 or 3 very good saves. Ryan Boot, aside from the Manchi effort that he almost made a mess of, didn't really have that much to do, did he? But Walsall did enough.
Well, that's it. I think you have to take your opportunities, but it was individual errors. I think the Mandeville going to floor, I don't understand why. And then, okay, McFadden does get the interception, doesn't clear his area excellently well, but then can someone react off the back of that? Can they get in the face and stop the shot and get the shot and get the block in? It wasn't the case. So yeah, there is this. Paul Cook will be, you could see how animated he was, so there'll be a few harsh words, but the players will know themselves they've been in complete control of the game without doing anything with the ball.
This time last year we left Crewe thinking Doncaster were 1 foot at Wembley. Crewe turned it round. Can Chesterfield go to Bescott Stadium and turn it round?
Well, yes they can, because they've got individuals that they can turn any game on its head. We know that Chesterfield are going to dominate the game with the football, but they just have to be more creative with it. They have to be braver in possession. Can they play forward? Can they drive forward? Can they affect the players in front of them? Because today, Walsall were comfortable.
And also, when you've got the most prolific striker on the pitch in Will Grigg, and you literally give him nothing,
give him service. Simple as that. You know, and like you say, I think Duffy come on, end product. I've got to say, Ola Kigby, you see little glimpses of it, but nowhere near consistent enough, and that's what you need. That's big performances from these players. Ryan Colclough, you know what you're going to get. A bit raw at times, you know, but can go either way. But that's where you're going to get joy out of this game. In this second fixture, that's the players that are going to need to kind of bring their A game.
Well, a 2-goal deficit in League 2 has been turned around 3 times before. Can Chesterfield make it 4 on Friday night? We'll have the game for you live on the Talksport app on a Friday night. So get downloading the app right now. Chris, thanks for coming this afternoon. Absolute pleasure as ever. Right.